In the stream.
Hello, everyone out there in the YouTube land. We are getting started, and you can hear me actually still doing the setup as I move things around. Hello, and we are going to be playing more The Lore of Leyus Starburst, as if the title of the stream today wasn't obvious. I am joined by the players for this campaign, CyberneticPinkeye.
Hello.
No, stop. And also RedAsATomato.
Hello, it's me.
And she's back! She was not able to make it last week, but she is here, and we are very pleased.
Back in one piece, baby!
And then there is SerenaMidori, the reason why we're here.
Did somebody say One Piece?
Yeah.
Oh, yayo, yayo!
This is what
I'm the reason that we're here? I thought you were the DM.
I'm the DM, but as I've said before, the reason why I felt any confidence whatsoever in getting into this was because of being able to play with you.
I guess that's fair.
You're like, that's not fair. Don't be nice to me on
I
stream
don't want
like
to take
this.
credit. I'm not taking
Thanks
credit
for
for your
compliments.
game. Fuck you, I'm...
Fuck you, I'm
Farewell to you, my friend.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Anyway,
Woo,
we're getting
that was a
started
lot.
and I'm singing goodbye.
Alright, end the stream. Time to go. Time to go.
And in the stream.
But, yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks since we last got into this, and even longer for Jane, who just, real life things. Jane being RedAsATomato, by the way. I didn't clarify that. Gab also
Yeah.
being SerenaMidori.
Who am I?
I don't know. I thought you were Haelum, but that could be a mistake.
No,
Or
I'm
any
definitely
of us.
Haelum. I'm just actually Haelum. No, I wish.
Bruh,
God,
can
I
you
wanna be Haelum.
imagine?
Bruh.
I mean,
Can you imagine if we were our characters looks at characters, actually?
I was gonna say, what if we switch and, like, the next time I play Koshi, and then...
Oh my god!
oh my god.
Okay, body swap arc win.
I am for it. I'm not gonna lie.
the chaos.
God. Well, hopefully those of you out there who are watching, it's a little quiet on the chatty front right now, but I am still glad for anyone who decides to pop on in. We're just kind of chilling for the moment. We're going to be getting started in a little bit, but I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys in call are having a good day. Having a good time.
Having a good time.
Good, all things
Idolatrous
considered.
are.
Yes.
Ask your viewers a question. Thank you, YouTube. Let's see.
Yeah,
So
question, why are you here?
why are any of us here?
Yes. Clearly it's for these talented people.
What's existence?
I should probably also open up some stat blocks and character sheets and all sorts of stuff going on.
Might
Hopefully
be a
you
good idea.
guys and you guys are all good. You're all here in the Roll20.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Roll call, Pog.
We already did the roll call. Well, are you specifically doing roll call Pog?
Yeah, I'm just excited.
Roll call, Pog.
I mean, unfortunately, I think I ran out of pogs, like, after elementary school.
Oh my
but...
god, I hate you.
Like-
I love that's just it. When people started going Pog, like it was like some, like I didn't even fucking understand. Like it was like,
Yeah.
what, the toy? And hey, Johnny Rucker, welcome to the show. We're just kind of chilling for the
Hello.
moment. We're gonna get into it in a little bit.
yeah.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to, especially because, unfortunately, since Jane was not able to join us last week, we ended up having a little side adventure, so to speak. A couple of roles were cast, a couple of, interesting conversations were implied, and Ariadne might have something interesting to bring to the situation when she actually pops in. And trust me, I will cue you, Jane, when it happens. You'll know. It'll be pretty much right at the start here.
Okay, cool.
But I kind of updated you. I think, like, you came in on pretty much the cliffhanger from the last one. I'm still really proud of that picture.
It's a good
Yeah.
picture.
It's so good.
Absolutely.
I say I want to fight him, but like I don't want to fight the picture. The picture's good. It's the dude on the picture that I want to end.
Destroys your art.
He's like,
I'm just picturing you like this tomato chewing on the paper.
You ever get that feeling where, man, I want to push this guy's shit in, but damn, is that a handsome depiction?
Oh, well, that's just Lyronus.
You know
Yeah.
what? That is
Come on,
Koshi around
please.
Lyronus.
I still love that twice now Koshi has drawn a sword on him.
It won't be the last.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Or rather, I don't doubt that it'll be the last time they
I
tried to
doubt it.
attack. Mostly, Haelum has just avoided, or tried to avoid, hugs from this strange individual who is, unfortunately, potentially competitive in the attractiveness department.
I mean,
Yeah, you just gotta give her some time. She'll get over it.
Oh, yeah.
Rip.
Well, at least she already has
Jealousy to
an
crush.
At least she already has an open admirer in the NPCs. At least one that we know of.
She's gonna collect them all.
She
Pokemon.
is. But I spent a lot of time actually God, even just last night taking down all of the last notes. I got to the point where I was actually halfway falling asleep mid writing a note on something, and I started to write like nonsensical shit as that was happening. I think that was like the first time I ever had that happen. I would start to write, all right, if you have roll Arcana because cat. And that was not, I mean, that's not an example that actually happened, but that was like the kind of state of mind that I was in. And I was like, all right, let's wrap this up. So I know that I've teased that we're probably getting into the end game, and we absolutely are. We are not end game of the entire campaign, but end game of Vermouth.
Yeah, of the tutorial, essentially.
Effectively, although it's basically prologue to the adventures you guys are going to have once you actually get done, at least with this main arc. I'm not going to kick you out of the town once things close out, but
Why not?
do you
Get
want to
the
be kicked
corral
out? Do you want
don't
the
have to
town to
go.
kick you out?
Go.
Maybe.
I can do that. I can arrange for that.
Vermouth? No.
UPS? No.
Oh,
And to
Uh,
explain
man.
that one,
Let's see.
short version, there was a sign on a store for, you'll have signs on stores where they're like, we accept cards, or we accept PayPal cards, or whatever, like letting you know what you're in for. This one place had this sign plastered on the door, or on the window, saying, with it, like, the UPS logo very clearly printed, like it was their direct logo, but the only thing underneath the logo was no, in all caps, red letters.
Bold red letters.
Dang.
Bold red
Very,
letters,
very
just
clear about it.
just saying. Well, I
That
wasn't
too.
saying that. That feeling when you inhale your own fucking spit,
Oh, dude. Water.
Yes.
or liquid anyway.
Yeah.
I should probably have water on hand, but I'm stupid.
No, you're not
I
stupid.
mean, that's a mood.
I am foolish.
Okay, there you go. That's better.
We are all booed with a fool here.
Ah,
True.
I've never been not beautiful.
Hey.
I mean,
Hey.
if it makes you feel any better, you're in good company.
As you can see on screen, we do still have the cycle of the art thus far that has come from predominantly RedAsATomato, aka Jane, as well as Queen Creeps for the one picture of Koshi. I would love to see more fan art if people have the time, but I would say, obviously, I'm still going to showcase what we've got, but under no obligation to send stuff in. I just like seeing it. And I actually, so yesterday during a stream on my other channel, I even mentioned that, well, no, never mind. Never mind. My brain short-circuited. I've had a long couple of days.
Yeah.
And now it's all recorded for everyone to hear that I am short-circuited and I'm about to DM. Anyway,
Take your time, man. It's cool.
Yeah, if you need a
Yeah.
minute, like, take it.
I'm fine, but thanks, guys. You can see on screen, once again, Starburst, the lore of Leyus. I still love your art, Gab, for the entire party. Everyone has turned
Yeah.
out great here.
Absolutely.
And again,
I'm
it
humble.
encapsulates their dynamic entirely. Anyway, so I think it's probably about time to get started. What do you guys think?
I am good to go.
Down here now.
Cool, cool.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna dump more dice into my tray. I actually listened back to a recent episode and was like, oh, so that's how loud it is when I roll a die. Okay, at least you guys know I'm rolling dice. And not just making shit up. Alright, so I'm gonna switch it over. Here we are. Alright, so last we left off, and a little bit of a summary that I've got here. Upon arriving in town, Ariadne was immediately pulled aside by Sally and set on an urgent task. During this task, she had a most unusual encounter. Meanwhile, the rest of the party spoke with Hilda and was offered a reward for tracking down her men, obtaining some new fancy equipment, which reminds me at some point we're probably going to have to tell you potential options for Ariadne to go through, because Hilda offered everyone a reward.
Oh.
I will mention that, of course, Lyronus took a fucking whip.
Nice.
And, anyway, they finally met with Davies, only to find him under some strange charm, evidently from a note that his own father had left him. He encouraged them to participate in the celebration, which was increasingly obviously a trap. The party showed his note to Hilda, who grew instantly furious and sent word to her men. As the festival began, everyone gathered in the marketplace, with Danforth taking the stage to deliver his speech. With the imminent arrival of the undead looming, he proclaimed that Lyra had long abandoned them, and summoned the Horde by his own will. And I will even just show, I'm gonna click over and just show off the artwork again. Let's see, oh, it's grabbing the wrong window, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsie.
Well,
Hang on a second here. Alright. Let's, click that off. Alright, let's try this again, or is it gonna grab the same window? Alright, is it gonna grab the same... It is grabbing the same window, fuck. Alright. Well, that's a problem.
What's going on?
Unfortunately, the
Roll20 is
picking up the wrong. It's picking up the wrong. Hang on here a second here. Wow, this is fun. That.
What is picking up the wrong thing?
Wow, I fucking love this. Anyway, it's picking up the wrong window because I've got my DM window versus the actual like streaming window.
Oh, for OBS.
Yeah.
Or...
And I have too many things that I have put on here. Okay, the Lore of Leyus is that thing. What? Okay.
Will it help if player characters don't look at the stream?
That's what I need. Okay.
Yeah. While you're sorting that out, I'll just quickly take care of the background noise issue.
Okay, because you can hear that?
Yeah, I'll quickly take care of that.
Alright, that's not what we need. Hang on, let me have this reassigned again, apparently. What is going on here, man? Here I am trying to do something all nice and, like, professional, and instead I'm running into difficulties with this. Fantastic.
I mean, it happens sometimes.
It originally grabbed, like, the... Hang on, let's shift that for just a brief sec. It's not going to show up on the screen, but let's see. There it is! Now it's grabbing the correct window. Okay.
Hey!
There we go. Well, that was a fucking nightmare. Alright, well. I was like, wait a second, how can you see shit? Oh, well. I don't think
see it
any
with my
major
eyes.
spoilers or anything like that ended up actually popping up. Anything
no
that
worries.
we haven't already seen. But I was going to... I was trying to do this thing. You got to see this picture again. This is what Ariadne stepped out to. This is what everyone was seeing at the end of this last session. As a one Danforth Thanasi summoned fucking zombies into the area.
He's having a time of it.
Oh, he's having something.
We're having a time of it now.
Oh, yes. So that all said, just gonna take us all back over to the start screen. Now that I've got that under control, fantastic. Anyway, this decided to make my day even better, I guess. Anyway, so let's see the to-do list. Zombies, confront Danforth, end the curse once and for all, and then what did Danforth mean when he said Lyronus arrived to spread his master's blight? Curious and curious. But yes, we left off all the way over here with, well, just a whole bunch of not happy things going on. Because you may even remember that part of the problem is that, it wasn't just the zombies that were affected by this declaration. You may remember that there were people in town who are subject to being affected by the curse. Which is fun. So, shall we officially... shall I do the official DM thing and write in, set the scene and all of that?
Let's.
Absolutely.
Cool. So I'm even going to say, this is a little bit of a cutscene, but the reason why I say that is because a lot of the shit that you guys have already done are going to be playing out here as well as a little bit later. You're going to see basically the fruits of all of the little things that you've done so far over the prologue section of this campaign. The soft moans and shuffling of the undead fills the hushed silence after Danforth Thanasi's crazed speech. The gathered crowd murmurs in a mix of fear and the assent of those whose bloodlines survived the original plague, but were still subject to the curse that forced them into the same obedience as the undead, subject to Danforth's power. The legend you heard from Lyronus before plays out around you. A hamlet dressed up for a festival, beset by zombies. Perhaps you think of how the curse evidently began. A woman, ill, stumbling upon such a celebration, taken in by the residents and passing away, but not before passing on a strange infection that either killed or left sufferers barely alive. Those who died became like these creatures now, rising to attack the living and pass the curse along. Those who survived carried it in their blood, like the hot-headed Jorvi, who now blankly stumbles forward towards the stage. And now, whether the one who summoned the curse in the first place, or merely the one in command of it now, Danforth has evidently fallen into a madness, one that he now levies against you. After the lull following Danforth's speech, you hear a clear, commanding cry. Now! And one moment while I do a DM thing. This is going to be fun. You're going to watch this kind of unfold live right in front of you. Going to whoop and whoop and put you here and whoop and whoop
And oh,
and whoop and whoop and whoop. And let me scoot some things over here. There is another whoop. And now it's time to shuffle some folks around.
I mean, look at that. Problem solved itself.
Oh, it hasn't solved itself, but I'm just saying.
The fruits of our labor.
Yep.
Yeah, fruits.
Hell yeah.
There are plenty of people who are now active and moving into position. Let's see, where did they go? Or where would they go? They're probably gonna stick here. Alright. And let's see, yeah, those guys are good. Alright. So, Hilde raises her sword, which catches a gleam of moonlight. At her command, her men launch into action, sweeping around the perimeter of the marketplace and closing ranks to prevent the inbound creatures from breaching the center. At the same time, you hear a grief-hoarse cry from Sovalis. Use the marks, now! The members of the crowd not currently entranced all pull out various trinkets and items, all bearing the symbol engraved around town that Sovalis once saw in a vision from Lyra. No, wait. These are fresh. And... What did I write there? Newly, there we go. And newly redesigned. When held out to moonlight, the marks glow gold, causing the charmed people to recoil as though in pain. But the maddened gleam in their eyes fades. Danforth, it seems, was not expecting this response. He immediately rounds on Hilde. What is the meaning of this insubordination? Hilde grins savagely back at him. I'm doing my duty to the people of Vermouth, sir. It's clear you will not. Oh, just love seeing that fucking...
Koshi lines up the shot.
Fishing
Once again,
egg.
flashbacks to Owen.
Oh yes, absolutely. For context, in Gab's game, I play an artificer character who, or at least for a good chunk of the first part, had basically a thunder cannon installed in his cane, and I would often like make a point to aim at potential threats before the combat actually started to see if I could get in a good shot.
Take the shot.
Okay.
So,
Keep going.
Leandra and Jimothy are making their way to you, and I'm just going to highlight them and move them in this direction. You guys can see them moving. Lyronus is standing completely still, staring at Danforth, his eyes no longer seeing, and his breathing shallow. Hey, Ariadne, you come out to this scene after having heard Danforth make his speech, and you see several of the guards swirling around the marketplace to form a barrier.
Oh shit.
So, how about we start with your reaction, because you weren't here last time, and you're all going to have a chance to react to all of this. Let's start with her, because she deserves a chance to roleplay.
Oh god, fish. Depending on which direction she's coming in from, I cannot tell which direction.
Oh, I forgot. I should probably put her on the screen, huh? I moved her to the invisible layer. There we go.
Cool.
There you are.
All
Up on the
right.
north part, you're emerging from over there. And let me just have a couple of things get shifted over this way.
Mhm.
People are moving.
Dang, people are moving.
They are, in fact, consolidating.
Oh,
Cool.
snap.
Sovalis does not appear to be moving... Well, he moves a little bit. Anyway. So, Ariadne, what's up? You just exited the ancient stream after delivering those herbs and briefly having an encounter with Sally after everything that happened.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Whatever was on her mind after leaving Sally's place is now gone.
Head
Finito.
empty.
Like, head empty. Only chaos now.
All right.
Holy fudge.
And
Like,
how
I
about...
see Ariadne walking out to the scene, like very much in the same manner as that one gif from Community with the dude walking into the apartment with pizza, only to find everything on fire.
Yeah, that's
Actually
actually...
perfect.
That tracks. That's literally kind of what happened. I mean, there's no fires yet.
Yet.
Yet. Holy fudge. I think she would see, oh no, like, the party, danger. She's probably gonna try to, like, run up to try to help them, but I don't know if that would be considered, like, a combat thing at that point. Like a rolling initiative thing.
We're not yet in initiative territory, and so...
Okay.
Haelum, Koshi, what's y'all doing?
I mean, Koshi's already taking aim at their their honored host.
If I remember correctly from the last session too, basically Haelum is like in this weird sort of. She's also kind of standing there just staring. She's got this unending sense of dread in her. So like right now she's kind of not necessarily frozen, but I think she's finally actually been humbled. So there's a point where she's gonna have to like shake her head and like get into combat.
Oh,
Understandable.
dang.
She's trying to take in what the hell is happening right now.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit. You can actually hear the guards engaging in combat with these zombies, keeping them from being able to get any closer to you. Which they're trying to advance, and I'm just moving them around a little bit here. But Jimothy makes his way over, and he checks in with you. Okay, he checks in with Haelum. Are you all right? Have you come to any harm?
She's gonna take a second before actually responding, and she's gonna like finally like turn her head to look at him and like blink and goes, "No, not harmed." And then she starts looking around.
He sighs in some relief. Meanwhile, Leandra, with her cloak still over her face, because, you know, she's not going to expose herself to people in town just yet. I should have rephrased that. Hi, Garrus.
Expose yourself.
Leandra readies her swords, her stance grim. We were going to stay hands off tonight, but after you've extended us the courtesy of a warning, and with a lingering sense that old Danny boy was going to pull something like this, it didn't feel right leaving you alone with this mess. I think she goes on to explain that if you're curious about Edgar, like she's kind of like, and in case you're wondering, the third member of our little trio here is off with the others, meaning the others under her command, and was positioned to take care of any threats coming from outside of town.
Ooh,
Oh dear.
that doesn't bode.
Hilda and her men are engaging with the zombies, while Sophilus is actually starting to usher townspeople into the inn, both the cursed and unaffected alike. So I'm not going to necessarily move them off screen. No, not you. I don't want you. I'm gonna move them off screen here. Guard, you're staying. No. Guard, stay put. You're not going with them.
Not allowed. You have a post to attend to.
Stay here and make sure he doesn't leave.
Make sure.
Oh.
Christ. I mean,
just
10
wanna
internet
say-
points to anyone who gets that reference.
I got the reference.
Hey, I see you.
I got it.
We've
And-
lost 10 points.
Enraged, Danforth will pull out some old-looking device and activate it. This is just an opening if anyone wants to try to stop him.
Probably
And-
Koshi.
Koshi's
Can
going to
we
shoot the
stop him?
device.
Roll a dex for me.
All right. Just saving throw or pure dex?
Straight dex.
Am I
All
allowed to throw him a guidance before he does that? Is it too late?
No, it
Fuck,
doesn't
man.
matter.
Oh, dang. He doesn't need it. Okay.
Okay.
It just does not matter.
You fucking you nailed it even without. Hang on. Chat disconnected. Please wait
Oh,
while we try
Jesus.
to reconnect you? What?
Oh boy.
Is the internet fucking failing right now?
I don't think so.
I mean, obviously we can hear each other. Successfully connected. Cool. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Might
the
have just
stream
been a
still
blip.
seems to be going.
You're still live.
I don't
Yeah.
know why I was disconnected from the chat, but okay, cool. Thanks, thanks YouTube. Anyway,
Might have been a blip.
so, everyone in the party, roll a con save.
Okay.
And-
fun.
Let me
Whew.
just quickly check.
Actually passed this one for once. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay.
Yay.
I mean, I guess you did just walk out and see all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
she was distracted by like trying to like make sure everyone's okay. So
I was making a pizza run. The fuck?
so. Here is what I'm going to explain. Basically, happened.
Mhm.
Koshi, you aimed for Danforth, and I would say roll your you have, what is it, your short bow or your crossbow?
I have the short bow, and technically I aimed for the device Stanford was holding.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that it... Okay, so actually this is what happens. You hit it. It fucking shatters, and this burst of purple and black light explodes from it, washing over everyone within a certain radius, and that encompasses pretty much where you see the whole area with the guards, from Lyronus, Ariadne, all to the ones on the bottom of the screen, and that's not good.
Oh boy.
Haelum, you're fine. Lyronus, surprisingly, is fine. Unfortunately, Koshi and... Oh. Actually, yeah, everyone's largely fine. However, I'm going to roll something real quick.
That's a nat one.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so...
Lucky
Koshi...
13 for Koshi.
Koshi and Lyronus take 2 damage.
Alright.
So let me just do my own little edit here. Okay, cool. And unfortunately, it was Koshi and Haelum, or Koshi did not. It was Haelum and it was Haelum and Lyronus that took 2 damage.
What?
Yeah, your con save.
Sorry, I got so confused.
I did.
I got the 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Koshi got 2 damage, and Ariadne got 2 damage. No. Sorry. Brain, go back. I'm sorry.
Take a second. You good?
Yeah. No, I'm good. Okay. Haelum and Lyronus take 2 damage. Koshi and Ariadne, you take 4 damage.
There you go.
Alright.
Basically, this light washes over you, if you could call it light, and it briefly sort of like you get seized up with pain and this deep chill. But, let's see, Danforth stares at his hand where the device was, and finally, if he wasn't already crazy, he finally utterly loses his mind. He shouts incoherently, spittle flying in every direction, and his eyes glazed and crazed. And let's see, he starts to make a run for it. Let me check whether or not this guy stops him. He does not. Alright. And makes it to about here so far.
And I take another shot.
Alright, because he is presently moving and we're not currently in combat, you can roll your attack with disadvantage. Roll your short bow attack with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Damn, okay. So he gets to about this point, you fucking connect with him, and
you make a connection with him.
You hit him in the shoulder. Roll your damage.
Damn.
Cool. He cries out in pain, and it's weird. It seems that he's really not used to experiencing that. Well, I mean, you would expect that a noble would probably not be used to experiencing pain.
I was gonna say.
I thought you were gonna say he seems to be really into it.
Well, he might also...
Of all the people we've met so far.
Look, he might be. But
Oh my God.
for now, it's hurting. He'll decide later if he's into it. But for the moment, he collapses. And is, like, he's not... Well, he's partially crazed. That's the thing, is that he's losing his fucking mind. He tries to make his run back to the estate, but y'all hit him and knocked him down. He's momentarily stopped because he's still in that crazy zone of yelling at everyone. Yeah, you're supposed to keep it at the, Sorry,
I didn't mean to disturb the type on side.
Yeah, no worries.
It's all good. Anyway. So that's cool. Okay. So he is currently basically effectively prone.
Okay.
Lyronus has not moved, although his gaze has followed Danforth.
Oh no. He needs to move.
Yeah, he really does.
So,
Boy.
do you guys want to take an action right now? Do you want to secure him at all?
I'm so confused if we're in combat or not.
We're not in combat.
Okay. Wait, you said he was looking at. Oh, sorry.
I'll
Yeah,
be
sorry.
allowed
Give me
to-
a bit. If
No
anybody else
worries.
has an action they want to make.
I think the only
Maybe
thing Koshi's gonna
move.
do, at least once I have the ability to move my token, is to head over to him.
You don't have the ability to move your token?
I do not.
Try clicking on it because you might be on the
Oh shit!
ruler
No,
skill.
yeah, I still have
Oh.
the aiming thing
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
There we
why.
go.
That's
on.
why.
Just make
Okay.
sure that I got all of you. Yeah, okay. You guys should all have control of your icons. Cool.
Yeah, in fact, let me see. Let me take a look at the nearest exits. I think Koshi's gonna probably go here, sort of obstruct a potential exit route,
Okay.
holding their bow at the ready.
How far are we allowed to move at this point?
Free movement.
Okay. Well, I will have Haelum follow Koshi's lead and kind of flank from that point. Keeping Lyronus in mind, she'd probably go to about here-ish. I want to make sure she's not on the well. Yeah, there you go. That's probably better. She's leaning against it.
Well,
She's popping out of the well.
she's sitting on the edge of it.
Haelum comes out of her well to judge humanity.
I mean,
As she
get a better take
should.
of that shit.
As she should.
Today has been a day of everything from technical difficulty to brain farts. We're gonna get into it, guys.
No worries.
That's okay.
This is good that we're not in combat at the immunity, because I'm all over the place. Never mind that, unfortunately, because I'm scooting around. Anyway, so let's see.
I'm just
He
leaving her
lies.
here.
He lies on the ground, and actually begins thrashing violently, kind of just against the ground, kind of like clutching at his shoulder, yanking the arrow out, crying out in pain. But after a moment, he halts altogether, staring at the Thanasi estate in dawning horror. His eyes actually go to the estate, and, like, he stares, like, his head tilting back to look up at it. Let's see. Within moments, you hear horrified shouts from the few townspeople still left outdoors, and it's not hard to see why. Let's see. The building, the Thanasi estate, is surrounded by an ethereal violet glow. This glow then swirls, and the tormented screams of several people wail in discordant reverberation, the loudest being that of a little girl.
Oh no.
Let me see. I'm just gonna check my notes on something real quick. But the shrieks die down. Let's see. Yeah, the shrieks from the mansion die down shortly afterwards, and the eerie silence is made worse by the fleshy splashes and splorches of the as the guards make short work of the zombies. But however many are splatted at the feet of the guard, more continue to pour in. Roll perception for me.
Sure.
What do we perceive with our half-filled eyes? Nothing.
No. Yeah. You're able to see this, and this isn't exactly it. This was not a high check anyway. But the zombies are present. The zombies that are presently dissolving at the slightest resistance are identical to the ones you encountered just out of town, leaking black mold through every orifice and gash. Danforth continues to stare almost dejectedly at the mansion itself.
That's so sus.
Yeah, well, just appropriately move these.
Yeah.
Jimothy also kind of coming over. And let's see, actually, this is me having to suddenly start thinking on my feet. Hilda actually comes over, grabs Danforth by the collar, and lifts him up to his feet, while he still kind of stares blankly at the mansion. And just what the hell is going on here? Danforth mumbles. I asked you a question, damn it! He slowly rolls his head to look at her. Something is not right here. I mean, outside of the zombie attack and the house being now encased in a violet-purple glow.
Yeah.
And we already knew that nothing was okay with Danforth.
Oh, yes. Interesting.
So I will say, after growling in irritation at Danforth, Hilda is going to turn to the rest of the team and... well, I don't know what's going on here, but I think the key of it's going to be inside there. I don't think he has much to do with it anymore, just looking at him. I can take care of him if you guys can go inside and turn it off. She doesn't seem very sure.
Yeah. I think with Danforth actually being held, Koshi wants to investigate something. When they shot the mechanism that Danforth had, were there any pieces left on, like, the stage, or did it completely disintegrate?
It completely disintegrated in the blast,
Okay.
as a result of the blast that unleashed that magic energy that hurt y'all.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind then.
It's all good. I will say this. Jimothy and Leandra basically offer to stay out here to fight and continue buying them time, at least to make sure that the zombies don't end up kind of pouring in and making anything worse. It seems like it's pretty easy to take care of them. It's just that there's a lot of them, but the townspeople seem secure for now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Since it doesn't look like the onslaught will stop until the source is contained, as you all seem like a safe bet for actually dealing with it, Hilde confirms the same, basically checking in with them, making sure you guys are okay, saying that blast hurt like a motherfucker.
Yep.
But saying that she and her men will stave off the zombies as long as possible, but she's going to leave whatever is going on with the estate up to you.
Okay.
She also thanks you, like, as she's holding him still by the collar and he seems to be slowly sinking back to his knees. Thanks you for alerting her to Danforth's involvement. She informed her guards to watch Danforth for anything suspicious, and they were able to keep him from planting a few weird stones around the town. I don't know what they are, but I ain't giving him the benefit of the doubt that they weren't dangerous.
That's good.
And at this point,
Uh-huh.
comes barreling out the door of the ancient stream, her carefully tied bun now frayed, and her weariness easily showing on her face. Spotting you, she heads towards you, asking if you're all right. And she thanks Ariadne again for her assistance and holds up a rounded vial of black liquid interspersed with yellow swirls. If I'm right, this should cure the people of Vermouth of this curse once and for all. She explains that the last herb came to her in a burst of inspiration. The legend is that the guardians of the forest themselves grew these herbs, imbuing them with a wild magic that, combined with the other ingredients, has astounding restorative powers. In fact, I made a concoction with what remained of the herb after I finished my brew. Here. She hands you each a small glass tube. Drink this and you should be back to full strength. You four have certainly had a long day. 7 sessions in, and this is all technically the second day that they've been here in town. So effectively, the tube is the equivalent of a full rest. So your HP will be restored and all your spell slots will be restored if you decide to take a sip.
Yeah, Haelum will.
Same.
So is there enough for like one sip?
There's I mean, it's a very small tube. Like, it's literally only about worth a sip.
All right, so I guess Koshi will accept the tube, examine its contents for a moment, swirl it around, and then go. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Of
And then
course.
take a sip.
Perfect.
Cool.
I think. Yeah. Oh, go right.
I was gonna say, hopefully you guys out there in YouTube land are enjoying the show so far. You were gonna say?
Oh no, just a small, like, the whole just, I thank you for this and your services, your help with the potion-y thingy. She's drinking.
Thank you for your help with the potion.
That would explain a lot.
Sally nods and smiles. Thank you. It would not be possible without you. She pauses and looks around. Where did everyone go? Meaning, like, the townspeople.
Points in the direction of the inn to safety. Basically, tries to gesture as she.
Yep.
to the inn, tavern. No, there.
She nods with determination. It's the reliable rest inn. Good. I'm gonna deliver my cure then. Thank you all again. She starts towards the inn, and you can even hear as she's moving that there is a clank of multiple glass bottles on her person.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
please
then
stay
pauses.
safe.
If you're heading inside, just be on your guard, alright? I don't like the looks of that aura.
We'll do our best.
I'm gonna go back inside and kill those bastards.
Really, end their whole careers. Godfish.
Lyronus still hasn't moved.
Yeah, I mean, we
Oh,
haven't really been able to
no.
check up on him yet. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
So in that
Do
case,
we have that chance?
I think you have that chance now.
Okay.
in that case, I think Koshi's gonna go over, sort of lean up close, like to Lyronus, cock their head from side to side, and then try and slap them back to reality.
Of course you would.
Alright, roll a 1d4.
You got
Actually, no. Roll, do you have a strength modifier?
it. Let me check.
You do not.
No.
Full
Okay,
strength.
so you hit him for 1 damage, but that does actually seem to work. He kind of briefly, like, he staggers a little bit, and then looks to Koshi in surprise, and even, like, a faintly hurt expression, like, why would you do that? Literally the slapped puppy look. And then seems to realize the situation around him, and then, this is worse than I thought. I'm sorry, And at this, he stares down at the ground.
Is there something you're not telling us?
He flinches at that.
It's
And he's
all
not
right
gonna
to
say
tell
anything?
us.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's just Ariadne being like, it's you can tell us, it's okay.
Roll persuasion.
Both of us or just Ariadne?
We'll start with Ariadne, and if you add to what she's asking, you
Okay.
can also add to it. But let's start
I'll
with
see how she does.
Ariadne of persuasion.
Well, she can't persuade very well.
Does Haelum want to add anything?
Well, I was waiting for his reaction. Is there none?
At the moment, he glances in Ariadne's direction, but he doesn't seem to be yet willing to say anything.
Understandable, given their last conversation.
Yeah, Haelum's gonna be like taking a moment to look around at everything going on, seeing zombies being killed, people inside buildings, looking back up at the building that ultimately they need to go into, and she's feeling a sense of urgency. and she's going to kind of step closer to Lyronus and basically say, look, I understand that there's some not great thoughts you're having, and you might worry that we're going to be angry, but we're not. But you need to be honest with us if you're going to, well, have us around, right? We're in this together, and we need to go in there and stop this from happening any further. Then we need to know exactly what's going on.
Roll your persuasion.
No. Wow, I actually rolled bad this time.
Except it's still a 17.
Oh, that's right. If I roll below a 10, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
I'm just surprised that she actually did roll low for once.
I know. But even with the plus, I mean, the plus 7 still put it at 12. It's similar to Ophelia can't roll lower than a 10.
Lower than a, yeah.
Yep.
She is not capable of rolling lower than a 10, and similarly, you're not able to roll lower than an 8. But, here's the thing with the 17. He then shifts his attention to Haelum, and at this, he takes in, a shuddering breath, like clearly trying to resolve himself, and then he nods, like, again, like with this, as if he's making some sort of decision, and he says, right, it's, well, truthfully, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, well, what he said. And he points over to Danforth. What he said about bringing my master's blight? Is he talking about the woman who kept me in that tower? Did I actually bring something to this town by escaping here? Is this all my fault?
Haelum's gonna shake her head no and say, given the history that we know about this town, they were blighted long before you ever stepped foot here, and I don't think that it's right to blame you for what's been going on.
Roll persuasion.
I don't wanna!
Okay, well, still
it's another base level 17.
It's still 17.
Dang.
Alright.
Haelum, you wanna excel? We really need you to excel.
Rolls low. I think it's even, like, I could see this being, like, she's trying to, like, she's saying this pretty well, and I could even say that what it is, like, Lyronus having his flashes of doubt in response to what she's saying, but, like, it still ultimately works and convinces him. He actually smiles somewhat at Haelum, and it's kind of like, a loose smile, like, he's not pleased or anything, but he appreciates what she said, and he says, right. No, you're right. Still, we'll have to ask him what he meant by that when we're done. I think, and he looks over to the Athanasi estate, we have a job to finish.
There we go.
So, do we want to go to the mansion?
Nah.
The large estate. Cool. We're just gonna sit here while the zombies die around us. That's cool. That's cool.
I mean,
Yeah. No, let's go in.
some birds just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
I don't know why, but that cracks me the fuck up every time, Jane. Yaw.
Alright. So,
Godfish.
I'm going to move you over to the correct map now.
Let's go, guys.
And you can see the outline of the front, basically. You go around to the same place that you were before when you met with Davies at his front door. At the Thanasi front door.
It's his front door.
I will say that as you are leaving the marketplace, you hear something of a commotion, and roll perception for me. I just want to see something.
We also want to try to see something.
Cool. No. All right. Ariadne
walks into the building backwards.
She's having the time.
Well,
I rolled on the side for her, and she got a 1, so.
Yeah, he's drinking.
I actually rolled for Lyronus, and he's also not seeing this, so I could even see, like, Ariadne is, like, checking in with him as they move towards the estate, so, like, that's why they're, like, literally in conversation or something like that. Meanwhile, Koshi and Haelum, you actually hear a slight scuffle behind you and turn back just in time to see something that looks like, you see Danforth get consumed by this purple light, similar to the one, enshrouding the entire estate.
Oh no.
And then he vanishes anyway. Hilde.
Okay.
Hilde is fear. No. Trust me, it'll make sense in a bit. And you guys have actually.
I'm listening.
You guys have changed something by what you've done. I'll say that much. You guys have affected an outcome here. This is one of those we're making through. You have set a flag that will come up later.
I didn't want to come off like I was like, oh, okay, so I apologize.
No. I'm just clarifying. Y'all are gonna be. You're gonna see. You still had an impact on the events that played, but you hear Hilde kind of like shouting angrily, and then in her frustration, turning to like the nearest zombie, and I'm even just gonna say this little cutscene moment. She takes her great sword and ends up charging and impaling 3 zombies all at once, and she charges out of sight doing that. So, the moment that the doors swing open for you, a wave of chill consumes you. The air is thick with ether, and a strange stench of rot aches at your nose. The entryway bears a tattered rug beneath your feet, so if you want to move people inside. You guys have access to your tokens?
Okay,
Yep.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oop.
Cool. Alright. Beneath your feet, to your right, a bookshelf and a coat rack. Light reading about culture and etiquette. Yes, it is an emergency. I don't think you can do anything here, Portland. Even Portland is on alert for this. This is sus, man.
On your right, you see
zombies.
On your right, you see a coat rack.
Also, hello everyone. I see that a couple of new people have made their way in. Hello, welcome to the thick of it. Good to see you. I'm not seeing anything show up in the chat, but that may just be because YouTube sucks. Anyway. So yeah, here you guys go. You only have really one exit, and that is here. Outside of the front door, but I don't think you're going to be turning around and walking back out the front door. So this place feels wrong, and when I say it's thick with ether, like, literally the air seems not quite like smoke, but it's slightly opaque. Like, in the sense of, like, there's some kind of particle or whatever it is, some particles that are somehow filling the house.
Oh, there's something in the air tonight, but it's not good.
Hell.
I'll even say, like, to this, Koshi will go, after having a bit of a sniff, they'll go, the foulest stenches in the air. The funk of 40,000 years.
I don't think it's that old.
Lyronus looks at Koshi and asks, is there something that we don't know about that you do?
Good question. I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if Koshi knows what's going on.
Next question.
If they...
Yeah, exactly.
You don't...
Nope.
We'll say this. What you're able to basically tell is that you can tell, regardless, that there's something definitely ethereal going on, and without... This doesn't take much to really map out. What you can actually tell is that this is probably not just related to the curse, but sort of like... It's definitely affected by paranormal activity, basically. You suspect it has something to do with paranormal activity. Hi, I forgot it was D&D night. Hello, Ragnar. Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah.
So, do we go into the?
Yeah.
Do we go into the next area?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me reveal.
That would be helpful.
That would also help, I imagine. There we go. So go in through that door, bitch.
No.
Okay, well, you can stay out here.
I quit the game. I'm kidding. I would
You
never.
go that way. I'll go home.
I was gonna say, when you said it earlier, I was gonna be like, you go that way. I'll go home.
I see you,
All
Gab.
right, I'm going home. Goodbye.
Oh no!
Ariadne has left the party.
Fucking cuts to a credit sequence of Ariadne, like, I'm on my way, from misery but happiness to me.
Now I'm picturing like the Deltarune, like Susie joins the party and then Susie follows the party at a safe distance so that no one assumes that she's with you.
Oh my god. Ariadne follows, but at such a distance that no one can tell she is associated.
Yep, that's the phrase.
Dude, this just reminds me of just the beginning of like Modern Two, where she's just like, I don't
mean,
know.
yes, because she's essentially Susie.
Yeah.
Oh god, I mean that was how she was. Anyway, the main hall, like the entryway, is almost entirely dark. Of course, I'm indicating this is actually dark here. A candelabra above your head fights to shed light, but the gloom overwhelms it. Roll perception for me. Oh, Lyronus, you saw something for once.
Can I cast light to like help or
No.
I mean, you can. That's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've decided that you can't.
Okay. So do you?
Spoken.
Do you? Okay, cool. Actually, when you cast the light, you'll actually see it, weirdly enough, like there's almost a physical force, the darkness itself pushing against the light. Where do you put what do you make light, by the way?
I figure the sensor helped the light in the middle be brighter.
So what item do you touch?
Oh, I have to touch it. Frick, can she reach the chandelier?
How tall is she?
Oh no, how tall did I make
Touch
you?
any item.
Oh, any item. Okay, hold on. There was a suitcase. I mean, sorry, a suit of armor here, right?
Yeah, there are two.
Like, frick. Okay, I'll just use this one. Lights the armor.
Oh my god.
I love the idea of like Haelum just giving Ariadne a piggyback ride to reach the chandelier.
So, I couldn't even see that the Koshi was distracted. I'm gonna have you.
Moi?
Yeah.
Oh, she's 5'7".
Yeah, she's
She's
can.
only 5'7".
Well, that's taller than me.
Oh, taller
It's
than me
still-
too, but
It's still pretty tall, but
Check how tall Haelum is again. Hold on.
I think Haelum's like 5 feet.
Yeah, she's just 5 feet. That's right. You correct.
Meanwhile, me standing in the corner in this 6-foot-plus club.
Here, the height.
Okay.
Let
so
me borrow your kneecaps.
Oh, I'm gonna say you don't need to worry too much about the perception, especially because with Ariadne, like you guys look around and at first you don't really Haelum. You see this Ariadne, you notice this after a second. Lyronus notices it around the time that Ariadne does. Koshi, you notice this when Ariadne casts light on the suit of armor. Time for you. Whoop.
Getting whooped.
Well,
Let's see. To your immediate left, you spot a man dressed in reasonably professional clothing, beginning a lunge in your direction. His eyes glow with unearthly light. Roll initiative. Hang on, let me get the turn order up. Remember to select your icon. Select your icon, your actual token on the screen, and then roll your initiative.
Okay.
Cool.
God.
Dang, okay.
Wait, hold on.
I see how it is.
Okay, there we go. I was wondering, like, why doesn't it let me click? But it did. It just got rid of the selection stuff.
And let me roll this guy's initiative. Oh, damn.
Is he going first?
He is.
Good.
Weirdly enough, it still kind of makes sense, because he was already making the charge in your direction, seemingly from the darkness, but I could even see it, like, almost cinematically, like, the light from the armor ends up illuminating him mid-charge.
Oh.
Ah, I see.
I can see that as like.
So he emerges
like a
from the
pink jump
darkness with the light washing over him.
Yeah, it's like a jump scare.
Yeah.
Jump scare.
Mm.
Let's-
Here comes the boy. And just barrels in.
And
Here comes
God
the
damn
man.
it.
Hello, adult man.
Here
Welcome,
comes the
taxpayer.
Taxpayer.
boil.
Now, I only think about that because my brother sent me a TikTok that here comes the boy, but
The
it's
one
like...
with the cats.
Yeah, the one with the cats, but it's footage from Resident Evil.
See, unfortunately, Resident Evil has been like ruined, but in a good way, by Snapcube. Because whenever anyone brings it up, I hear, "Claire, where'd you go?"
I love that. I love that. Let's see, is this the one I want? No, it's not the one that I want. This is the one that I want. Also, unfortunately, not only is he first to attack, but he just rolled a nat 20 on his attack. He's going after Koshi.
Well,
And
bye, Koshi.
Of course, it would be the person with the lowest HP base.
Roll a new character.
Again. This will be the second time.
let's see. I mean, don't worry too much about this. Okay. Oh wait, that's not what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay. You take 4 damage.
Oh, that's not so bad.
No, basically,
And
so
then you die.
you see his arm basically, and it's weird. You don't necessarily need to, like, there's no insight to this. It almost looks like there's some sort of other force moving his arm, like a puppet being pulled on a string of some kind.
So possession.
Puppet master.
So, man, I'm the man. I was gonna say that token next to Koshi reminds me of Nemesis. Yeah, I could see
I
that.
mean,
Let me zoom this in a little bit more, too, so that people in the audience... Because I'm looking at my DM screen, and it's like, oh, wait, no, actually, I'm streaming this, too.
yeah,
Weird.
it's a bit teeny on the stream. There we go.
There we go. Okay. So, he took his turn. Haelum.
What?
Do you want to do anything?
She's gonna do her fun little spin, 1, 2, 3,
Hell yeah.
and she's gonna take out the rapier, and she's gonna try that first.
Okay.
Hell.
Whoop. Does a 14 hit?
You hit. Roll your damage.
Blap.
Cool. Let me just,
Pierces right through. Like,
You mean-
again, the thing that she's been doing this whole time does a little spin, stabs.
Yeah.
minus...
Slay queen.
So basically,
You will.
you end up stabbing him straight in the side, like right between the ribs kind of thing. Pokes him pretty bad, and he cries out, roaring in anger at this. And let me just do something real quick on my end.
But only if it's quick.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. So yeah, you did quite a bit of damage to him. He's clearly not okay, but his attention is most definitely on you now. Lyronus, what are you going to do? Lyronus, my boy.
Lyronus.
Actually, I'm even gonna say, seeing Koshi get hit, his eyes narrow, and that same anger that you kind of saw in his face when Koshi got hurt before comes back to his expression. It's a little bit fainter now and clearly more wary than just pure anger. But
Oh boy.
he points at the man and says, let me see. You can't even dodge a simple attack like that. What are you, blind? And let me roll. Let's see. Well, I suppose I can just fucking click it. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
Yeah. Well, he does 1 damage. Cool.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
Still something. Teamwork.
The guy flinches, but not weirdly enough. Like, again, his eyes are glow. Something's clearly going on with his perception. He's not fully seeing it. Anyway, Ariadne, it's your turn.
Okay, what can I do to this guy? If I do Thorn Whip, he will be moved. Are you guys okay with him being moved to space?
Yeah, sure.
I have no objection, especially since it moves him away from Koshi.
I was gonna say, if
right.
he moves out of Haelum's reach, then she can get an attack of opportunity, potentially.
Ooh, okay.
I'll allow that.
Yeah.
So in which case, just as a personal
I would hope so.
recommendation as the DM, perhaps move in this direction, since the Thorn Whip pulls him towards you?
Yeah.
Pulls him right into Koshi.
No.
I mean, that would definitely be an attack of opportunity for Koshi.
That would be just their luck, wouldn't it?
Chill with the bad words, man. That hurt my feelings. Like, ouch, man. All right.
That is, please. I want to whip.
You do. Roll your damage. And what is the spell on that? What's the description on that again?
Oh, here, let me pull it up.
Show a spell description. You can click that. All right. So it takes 1d6 piercing damage, and the creature's large or small. You pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you, so you can move him a couple of squares however you want.
Okay, cool. In that case, I guess I can move him over. I cannot ping. Can I?
You have to probably maybe click on the token layer or something. I don't know. Or, yeah, you have to.
Select or move? Or
where are you pinging? You have to just hold it to ping.
Oh, I can hold. Okay, maybe over here.
Okay, I will move him.
Okay,
I said
cool.
I will move him. You said here?
Yeah, about there.
All
Just
right.
10 feet, right? Damage, right?
Yep, roll the damage.
Okay. Damage? Or did I just... Oh,
just click on the word. Just click on the Thorn Whip in the first one.
Oh,
There you
frick.
go. 6.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all good.
Thanks. Sorry, no tech issues, just brain.
Dude, I have been there all night. Here's the thing. Your whip manages to catch him around the neck. And when you pull him, it ends up, well, it pulls him down into the ground. I'm marking him with an X. Do you intend for this to be any kind of fatal move? Or are you just pulling him?
Is he a zombie?
Lethal damage.
He is, roll insight, actually.
Alright, let's roll insight. Because Jane says kill, but Ariadne would probably.
As he gets closer to you and you actually kind of see, like, him losing consciousness as he falls in your direction, this man is alive.
She will not kill him.
Cool. So he still looks like he got hit pretty hard, like, the thorns going into his neck, and of course the momentum of being pulled by his neck to the floor certainly knocks him out cold. However,
Okay.
I'm going to move this person.
And she will relay that information to the party.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. He's still alive, somehow. As in, he's not, zombied? So I didn't, behead him this time.
He may be subject to the curse of the town, if that's the case.
So this curse is going to have non-zombies attack us then, huh?
We should be on guard for any that might be, well, still alive, but not moving according to their own will. Then, maddened cackling, rising to a pained shriek, pulls your attention to the door leading southeast. A spectral image of a man appears, and whoop.
He's also bald.
It's the same token. I just was kind of like generically pulling some images. It's not the same man, it's different
Gotcha.
iterations, but I didn't want to have to pull up individual icons for basically functionally the same type of enemy.
Oh, no.
Although-
It's worse than we thought. It's not just necromancy, it's male pattern baldness.
Oh no. Spectral image of a man appears and grips his head with an angered sob before lurching in to join the fray. What the fuck are you doing, Cat?
Lurching in to join the fray.
Yeah.
Sir Pounce.
Sir Pounce wants to roll for.
He wants to pounce.
He's trying
Let
to
him do
open. He's trying to open the box of a cat tree that we have yet to assemble. We're kind of waiting on actually assembling
Let
that.
me in the tree.
He's got
Let
two
him
already set
in.
up.
Let him in.
You have 2 trees. Okay. So, that was your turn, Ariadne. He did, let's see, that guy's down. But this guy pops into existence. Ariadne, your turn is done. Koshi, it is your turn.
Well, I would use my new elven quarterstaff, but unfortunately, I don't think I ever got the stats for that.
It's just a standard quarterstaff.
Yeah, I don't know the stats for that.
Okay, so
Okay, I'll teach you how to do it. Go click on the eye icon above the chat.
Yeah.
Type in quarterstaff.
Let's see. Quarterstaff.
and then you actually literally just drag it onto
Yes.
like your sheet.
Just
Oh,
the
real
item
shit?
that says quarterstaff. Under items, you drag it.
Oh, that's actually really convenient.
I
And
have
you
to
do.
teach this
Wait,
every
wait.
time.
You do have the stats on it. It's right on your sheet.
Yeah, well, I've been like editing stuff. I wasn't sure if they were accurate, so let me just
Yeah.
to compare.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I get 2?
Because you have, if you do it with both hands, you get to do a 1d8. If you only do it with one hand, you get a 1d6.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why it's better to drag. If what you want to add to your sheet is from the SRD, which is just the standard rule set,
Mhm.
type it into compendium and drag it, because Roll20 will automatically put in all the stuff for you.
Yep.
That's why I have you guys do that with spells.
Interesting. So let me just.
You could probably delete the one quarterstaff that's one-handed, or you could do that.
Yeah, and then just so the one on top.
Are you doing it one-handed or two-handed?
I imagine two-handed, but I imagine would they? So they're not the same stats then?
They're not, because if you roll it one-handed, you do 1d6 damage. But if you roll it with two-hand, you attack with two hands on it, you do 1d8.
Oh, okay. So
That's why they're both different. One of them rolls the 1d8, one of them rolls the 1d6.
I see. Well, I imagine Koshi would most likely be doing it like two-handed most of the time, but they might switch it up every now and then. So would it be okay to keep both those there?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you keep both.
Okay,
You might also want to edit them just to include like elven quarterstaff on those, like in the title of them. But you can.
I'll just
Okay.
There's that, and then. Boop, boop. This shows the audience just how ill-prepared I was for today.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's a learning process. It's all good.
Yeah.
This has been an interesting stream anyway in terms of all of that. Okay.
Have easier on yourselves.
So
Oh, yeah. So,
roll
in-
your two-handed. Click on it.
Alright, well, I think I need to get into range first, right?
Yes, you would need to move into range.
Alright, and so I will move Koshi here. Sort of block them off, and then I'll go two-handed.
Okay. Unfortunately, that does not hit. In fact,
Cool!
I'll even say this. It passes straight through him.
Yeah, I
and
was wondering about that.
everyone roll insight. I'll even
Ah.
roll this for...
Let's
Oh,
see.
Lyronus, my boy!
Insight. Nope.
Well, I mean, this even makes sense in a lot of different ways. Koshi being the one to have actually swung and not connected, you realize this is a ghost. It's not going to take physical damage.
You can punch a ghost.
You can punch a ghost,
If you try hard enough.
but for the moment, it does not appear that any kind of melee attack is going to do much damage to it.
So much for that whole fucking turn.
Well, no, because first of all, it means that you got your quarterstaff all plugged in now, and two,
Nice.
you literally figure this out, like, enough. Do you communicate? Well, Haelum, you figure this out watching the staff pass through the ghost. Like, it's one of those, like, it just instantly clicks, like, yes,
She'll
physically.
immediately say that out loud, too.
Ariadne, you are still, maybe, like, you're still staring at the guy that you knocked out with your thorn whip and kind of like, oh, goodness. And Lyronus, standing right next to this whole thing, also understands this intuitively. So Haelum actually says the thing.
Yeah, I said that she would say it out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now everyone knows. And
Joy.
now it's his turn. Ooh. Well, he didn't like what you did.
Why is Koshi the punching bag for this session?
The creature laughs again
Oh, dang.
and suddenly dissipates into a mist. Roll con save.
Oh, joy. Well, here we fucking go.
Hey, congratulations. You basically you resist it as it tries to enter you to fill your lungs. So you manage to actually resist it and force it back out of you. And I'll even say this, because it tried to enter you, I'm just gonna roll a random fucking D6. Okay. He ends up reappearing over here. So he dissolved into a mist, tried to enter you. You basically like batted the mist away, like you flapped your arm at him basically, or maybe like you fucking twirled the quarterstaff. That's what you did, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Dispersed.
Seems like a fan.
God.
Yeah. Ends up dispersing the mist even further, and he basically reforms right on the other side. Well,
Just Donatello'd that shit.
poor ghost just want to have a body.
Oh, God. Think about Owen now.
I was gonna say!
Wait, I want to clarify, because I know you said that these tokens don't represent the same person, so this is a separate ghost than the person that we just dispatched.
Do you see the colors on them?
Got it. Thank you.
Those actually indicate, well,
Who they're going to represent, essentially.
effectively, you might encounter, if you encounter more, they're going to also be marked accordingly. They're going to be different people each time if you encounter them, but you can tell which ones are going to be the physical versus the spectral on site. So you can tell that this is a different person.
Okay, just wanted to double check that.
We don't actually recognize any of these people, though, right?
Nope, you have not met any of them at this point. They have exclusively been in the Thanasi estate.
Interesting.
But this person we fought that was physical is definitely like a person that we shouldn't necessarily kill because they're being possessed. But this is a ghost. But I don't know if this is the ghost of a person who lives in the house.
Oh, that's true. So it's not free real estate, is it?
If you're concerned about that,
Darn.
I am.
Let
Kind
me
of,
think.
is there a roll for that, or do I just pretend I do not see it?
Roll Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, you can tell.
Nice.
You can tell that this isn't a some kind of projection of someone else's ghost. This is just a ghost. This guy's dead. Long since dead. This is just literally this guy died, and then unfortunately his ghost was not allowed to leave.
This is more like a malicious spirit. Okay.
Oh yes. Well, malicious. It's still. Well, I'll say this. It died in the throes of the curse. So he's still being manipulated, but here's the thing, you're not gonna kill him.
Right, because he's already dead.
He's already
But we
dead.
do need to stop him from killing us.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's see. Physical attacks don't seem to be doing anything, so I will do, Man, I need more spells.
You'll get a
Let's
chance
see.
after all of this. You guys are gonna be leveling.
No, I know, it's fine. I'm just stating.
Maybe it's psychic damage? Can ghosts be psychically damaged?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm just trying to pick if I want to do a cantrip or an actual spell. Nobody's been able to hit him yet, so I'll do Dissonant Whispers. Silent Whispers.
Do 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 do.
He has to make a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Let's see, actually. He does not save. So I guess that's 9 psychic damage.
Yep.
Cool.
And must use its reaction if available to move as far away as its speed allows from you.
Well, he would, but as soon as you do that, thing clutches at its head again, and then he literally, this time, when he disperses, it catches fire.
Well,
on...
shit.
What? Yeah, no, it catches fire on his
oh,
dispersal. Man. And so this isn't like the mist that he turned into before. This is literally, he has now been released, so to speak. He is no longer here. He is an ex-spirit.
Oh, he's been
This is an
summoned to hell.
ex-spirit.
So what I'm going to do now is, you guys are no longer in combat. I'm going to keep the turn order open so that you can... So you guys can... so we won't have to re-roll these, because you're likely going to have a few more encounters before this is over.
What the heck?
But we are now officially in free movement.
Okay.
So
you said there was a door to the southeast?
You have, and let me ping the different doors for you.
Is it this one?
Yes. There's one door here. There's the entryway that you came through. There is this door here, and then another one right next to it. So you can see, like, this one here, and again, right next to it, this one. Okay. You see another door here, and then again a door to the southeast.
So there's a lot of places we can go through.
Yeah.
This is not a toilet. What is this?
That's a fireplace.
Okay, cool.
You could use it as a toilet, but I don't recommend it. I will even actually say, let me read this description even. The main hall, spacious and grand in design, has been doused by that horrid aura. The dancing, flickering candlelight serves only to reflect off of the armor propped by the doorway you entered from. Well, outside of the one that's currently glowing. The fireplace to your left has been long abandoned, with the logs dusty from disuse. There are several doors leading from this hall. Do you guys want to look around?
Yeah, I think Koshi will take the door to the southeast.
Do you want to look around the room you're in?
That's what she was asking.
Oh, okay, sorry. Koshi really isn't interested in exploring like so much as like just getting answers and getting out.
This even works perfectly. If anyone, does anyone else want to possibly check the room we're in?
I will check the room.
I will also check the room.
All right, roll investigation for me.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
God.
Well, it's a good thing I rolled for Lyronus. I'll even say, like, so he was looking and then he starts walking in this direction to, like, make sure that everyone's okay, like, towards, like, Ariadne. Like, he already knows Koshi's not okay, and he's gonna get to Koshi in a second. As he does, his foot actually scuffs on the carpet, and a key skitters out from underneath it. It's a simple iron key, and he looks down, like, hearing, like, the ding, 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 ding of something, skittering along the floor, and he bends down, picks it up. It's a simple iron key. And so he's like, what? Huh. I wonder what this is for.
It could be a key to another room.
Probably to unlock one of these doors.
Possibly.
Never waste a valuable commodity.
Chat disconnected. Cool. Anyway. He then kind of stares at it and he goes, shall I hold on to this, or do one of you want to hold on to this?
Who would want to open the door first? That would... whoever...
I mean, it depends on what door it goes to.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing Koshi's gonna do is test the door they're nearest to see whether or not it's locked.
It is completely open. Well, it's not open,
Alright.
but it's closed, but it's not locked.
Yeah, but it's not locked. Okay. Yeah, so in that case, I think Koshi will let the others decide.
I suppose I could take it for now, and if anyone needs it, I'll gladly hand it over.
He smiles.
Sounds like a good idea.
He smiles, and he actually hands it over to Ariadne. Feel free to add that to your inventory. Let me just check something of him.
1 iron key.
So, let me see something. Koshi, you also, didn't you take, 4 damage before?
Yes.
Okay, so
We
there was,
healed ourselves, right?
well,
oh, you're talking about this battle. Duh,
Yeah,
my bad.
this
Yeah.
battle.
okay, so it is the 4 damage, and so that's where you are.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
actually
at
going
11
to,
HP.
he's going to ask Koshi how they're doing. Like, that did not look like it was fun. Are you alright? Would you like me to heal you?
How about worse?
Alright, well. And then he smiles as endearingly as he can. Just let me know if you need anything. I will, just let me know if you need any healing.
Which Koshi just shrugs and proceeds to the door.
Soon did I.
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, they're absolutely a little tsundere.
I mean,
So,
I think you should take the healing, because you never know what we're gonna run into.
okay.
are you my mother? Because that's a lot of judgment coming from you.
I'm just saying it's better to be safe than sorry.
Is it unwarranted judgment, really?
And then let me scroll out just a smidge, just make sure I've got this all properly revealed. Cool.
Library.
Ooh.
So, the
The
dim
library.
light shed by the candle lit by the door barely touches the rest of the room. You can still make out everything in the room, but the gloom goes deeper than sight. Tall bookshelves that extend to the ceiling line the walls, while shorter shelves sit toward the middle of the room. This fireplace has also not been used in a while. All that remains is ash and some mostly burned paper.
So upon seeing this, Koshi will evaluate everything, noticing that's not been used for a while, that the library's in just like a generally sorry state, before going, makes me glad I can't read.
Koshi looks at them worriedly. You can't?
I think you mean Lyronus looks at Koshi.
Yes, Koshi looks at Koshi. Lyronus looks at Koshi.
Koshi looks in a mirror. Why are you like this?
But yes, Lyronus looks at Koshi and are you sure you don't need healing?
You want to get smashed in the face?
Yes.
It would be good for you.
All right, no need for all of that.
He actually smiled. You want to get smashed in the face? He goes, yes, and smiles.
Koshi just, like, warningly, like, waves the tip of the the quarterstaff towards Lyronus before proceeding into the library to investigate.
Okay. Roll investigation. Do we follow him in, or follow them in?
I want to follow him in. And then
Ragnar
I
in
would
the
rather
chat.
stick together.
Wow.
It's a library.
Ragnar in the chat. Koshi, sometimes the worst critic is yourself.
I mean,
All right.
There's nothing of note on the guy that we just subdued, right? The purple one?
Oh, you want to investigate him?
Before I go, yeah.
Roll investigation.
Okay, just to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Okay. You find a ring on his hand that appears to be glowing in that same violet glow that is permeating, surrounding the house.
She delicately takes the ring off his finger.
Okay. You do feel it kind of tingling, but you notice that it's since you're not wearing it, it does not seem to have any other effect.
Put the ring on.
Don't put the ring on.
Aww.
So
I've yet to see any reason not to.
let me see if Lyronus can see something. He cannot. Anyway.
Okay. She will pocket the ring for now, but she is tempted to wear it.
All right. Now, let's see. Roll perception. And let's see.
Percept.
He's in.
Oof, I'm not percepting.
Oh Lord.
I will help with the perceive. Runs over. Hold on. Fuck. Language.
Okay.
Hey, came in clutch.
Nice. So I can see like everyone else is like looking around at like the library, seeing if anything actually manages to catch their attention. Ariadne, you feel a chill separate from the invasive chill of the cursed house, alerting you to another presence. A whisper of consciousness in the form. And let me go to this and, whoop. And let me...
Lovely.
In
Got
the
another
form
goosey.
of an injured woman who glares at you with clear intent to attack. But she's not yet attacking. She's just glaring at you.
And I am assuming from the yellow marker there that this is another goosey.
A whisper of consciousness in the form of an injured woman.
So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the symbols will tell you. The colors. So,
Just one
Colors
Colors
weave into a spiral of flame.
I feel like at that point she would alert the rest of the party, like, not to alarm you, but over there.
not to alarm you, but over there!
Not to alarm you, but
Good more.
Lyronus actually startles at that, but like staring. Hello? The woman continues glaring.
Do you speak common?
She looks at Ariadne.
Nod your head like this if yes. Nod your head like this if no. And she goes from up and down to like left and right.
She vanishes for a moment, and then
Oh,
reappears
God bless.
here.
and I can even see while Ariadne is like nervously trying to establish communication, like Koshi turns around to her. Are you capable of speaking without flapping your hands about?
Ariadne, roll either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. I want to use acrobatics, please.
Oof.
No.
Well, you start to try and dodge out of the way as she reaches towards you with one hand, and she manages to grip you by the neck.
Ooh.
Oh,
and
boy,
we're already in initiative, so let me add her to there, and let me actually roll what her well, she's just gonna be at the bottom of the list. She doesn't need... Wow, for some reason it's not showing up in the turn order with her actual, like, icon. What's that about?
It is for us.
It is for us.
It's not
Yeah,
for me, so that's the problem, is me.
Oh.
I have no idea. Anyway.
It's not you, it's me.
Nah, it is me. So anyway, she is now grabbed Ariadne. Ariadne, your next turn will have to be used either to break the grapple or, well, have to be used to break the grapple, basically. But, Haelum, guess what? You're first up. Keeping the same turn order.
Let me think about this.
Yeah.
What is it with other folks and
Well,
being aggressive? Like,
I was even gonna say Haelum was gonna try to like help with the persuasion and speaking a second ago, but like if this all happened so fast, she would be kind of shocked and then outraged that she didn't get a turn to speak, so she would take it out on the ghost
That's fair.
and
Yeah.
vicious mockery her. And I'm like, you have got to be one of the rudest women I have ever met. Not even starting the conversation with the most important person in the room.
Cool, that's a DC 13. She does not save, takes 2 damage. Let me...
And she's shouting this right at her. Whereas before she did a dissonant whisper, she's like... She went from like 1 to 10 in terms of volume.
Dang.
From her earlier conversation to now.
You're like,
Shouts
you are
at
the
you so you
rudest
take psychic
woman.
damage.
So, at this, she actually flinches and glares at Haelum. She still has not released Ariadne, though, but she also now does not like Haelum.
Good.
Who the fuck is that that's on the list there? Is that... it's not coming up with the name. That's Lyronus. This is weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you need to refresh your page?
Like, you can... If you check, like, the stream...
Yeah, I see the stream right now.
Let me see.
You could... That's what I'm seeing with the turn order.
Oh, weird.
You can try the refreshing thing to see if that helps.
Yeah.
I can refresh.
Yeah, because the other idea I had would be to like make the turn order window bigger, but I don't know if that would like make pictures appear or not.
Oh shit! And I need to go back to rejoin as GM. There we are. Okay.
There you go.
The refreshing worked.
Mhm.
Cool.
That it did.
Cool. Alright. So. Alright, Lyronus, it's your turn. What do you want to do, my boy? Well, oh my god, I need to open the fucking character sheets again! Sorry, having to refresh through a bunch of things off.
No worries.
Tech stuff happens.
This has been a stream for that, huh?
A little bit.
Alex Gamer plays Roblox. Sheesh. Yeah, a little bit. I feel the same way. Yeah, he's gonna follow in Haelum's footsteps, actually. Literally. With his own vicious mockery. Basically, like... honestly, I imagine that is why you're in the position you're in now. And let's see. I don't think...
Are we mocking a ghost? Let's go!
We are mocking a ghost!
I love these two.
To undeath.
Tear this poltergeist a new one.
And and I love the fucking team up with that. Just like, you know, the rudest and like, yeah, honestly, this is why you're the position you're in.
Yeah.
So, Ariadne, you can roll your athletics or acrobatics to escape grapple.
Okay, but acrobatics?
If it's your better.
Yeah, please. Athletics is
Oh.
0.
Well, especially because her attention has now been divided between Haelum and Lyronus.
She's getting yelled at very loudly.
And she doesn't like that. You're able to basically yank yourself free. Like, I could even see it being like, you know, you swat your arm up and kind of like deflect the arm off, basically. It passes through her arm, but because it passes through the arm, it briefly releases you from her grip.
I mean, she's a ghost, so you just move out of her hands because you can move through them.
Well,
yeah, which makes me wonder, like, how she was able to grab her in the first place. But
yeah, she can
No,
still...
it's selective.
It's magic.
It's magic, and she was able to grab you, but because you passed your arm through her arm, it broke the connection with her, like, main ghost body, so you were able to break the grip on your neck. So you are now free. I forget, if you break a grapple, do you still have your turn, or was that your action for the turn?
Breaking free from a grapple is an action.
Okay, well, do you have any bonus actions or anything else you want to try to do? Reactions or anything?
Reactions. Does she have any reaction? Let me double check on that.
Bonus action.
Hi, Sean.
Bonus
You can punch a
action.
ghost and mock a ghost! Absolutely.
I was gonna say, Sean, earlier, Koshi tried hitting the ghost, it didn't work, and I'm like, you can punch a ghost.
If you care enough.
But only if you're a vigilante. Sorry,
Oh,
Koshi.
yes.
Yeah. The only thing I have here is I can do an opportunity attack, but
You're not.
yeah.
You don't have any bonus actions then.
Okay.
No, other than healing word, but I don't think anyone's in dire need of that right now.
Heals myself.
Koshi.
Koshi doesn't want to be healed, so I mean.
So, I think after having, the previous experience with the last ghost, realizing physical attacks may not work, Koshi is curious to try something.
Oh boy.
Lore, what was that magic word on the staff?
I don't remember what the specific word was. I think, it was like a whole. Oh goodness. Let me go back and check. Let me go back and check.
Ask the DM about something said a couple of sessions ago.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I recall, basically the description to my memory was that, if you say a certain, word, with the spell, with the staff, rather, something magical will happen.
Yes. Elven runes engraved around the staff. Basically, Haelum identified that it was some sort of, you say some sort of magical word and it activates it. And I don't remember what the exact word was, but what we can say is that you say the word.
Yeah, so Koshi, looking between the ghost and the staff, points the staff at the ghost and says the word. I'm guessing in Haelum's voice, since Haelum would have been the one to tell Koshi about it.
Yep. That works. A flower sprouts at the top of the staff.
Oh, that's adorable. What kind of flower it is it?
So, I'll even say that Koshi, seeing this, looks at the flower and goes, well, this has all the makings of my lucky day.
You can decide what flower actually pops out. Basically, I mean, my default would have been rose, but it could be,
How about poppy?
Poppy.
Add insult to injury here.
Poppies are adorable, though.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
But since that was you speaking, that doesn't... I don't know if that counts as an action. I mean...
No, speaking is a free action, especially if you say that, for example, if someone was going to use, a flame tongue weapon on a move, you can, as a free action, say the word to activate it and then use it.
Right.
Right.
That's my understanding of it.
So you still have your action of this turn, but now your staff has a beautiful little poppy on the top of it.
Right, so, in that case, I don't think I can use bolts from the grave, because I think that's a very, situational spell that has to do with sneak attack and the like, so...
Well, not just sneak attack, because it's a cunning action thing. You perform your cunning action, and then immediately after you use your cunning action, so you can do something like, say, for example, dash or disengage or hide.
So, disengage can be as simple as backing up, right?
It allows you... Disengage in itself literally means that you can have freedom of movement, that they won't attack you when you move.
Okay.
So you basically do... Yeah, you basically stops them from fighting with you. I personally recommend that you move when you do that.
Okay, so I guess I will do cunning action then. Let me see. And I forget if I need to type anything for that, but basically...
Yeah, you've disengaged.
Yeah. Alright, so, and with that, I will have Koshi move, and with that, I think after that I am free to do bolts from the grave?
Yep.
Alright, in that case. Well...
What is that? That's, Oh, it's the 7 to hit.
I don't think that hits.
Unfortunately, it does not hit. So let's see.
Cool.
Oh.
I'm even just rereading it. Dex modifier. Hit by this attack. So unfortunately, it kind of ends up swirling around her and not quite connecting with her.
Koshi can literally do jack and shit against ghosts.
Yeah, Koshi's
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Koshi be like that.
Yeah.
It's her turn.
Okay.
And guess what? She
And-
didn't. Let's see.
Guess what she didn't like?
No, she didn't like. Well, you didn't really do anything to her, so.
Oh, twist
You weren't the
knife,
one
why don't
yelling
ya?
at her.
Okay. However, she does vanish. Haelum, roll a con save.
Oh boy.
Oh, bro.
Okay. Well,
Oof.
Fuck.
I do still have an inspiration. What does that do? Is that a reroll or is that an add?
That's an
Ooh.
ad. I think, was it from Lyronus?
It's just, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that
so.
would have gone away by then, wouldn't it?
It
I
might have.
forgot. It was just checked off. I'll just uncheck it.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
because that con save was not quite enough,
Mm-hmm.
the mist surrounds you and then enters you and fills your lungs. And I'm going to roll damage. Let's see. Alright, you take 4 damage.
Okay.
But it is your turn.
Do I actually have a turn?
You do have a turn, but I will say that this is... Let me think for a second, because I will say this is actually an ability that I've just fucking DM'd into existence.
Okay.
You can take an action, and this would be, at this point, a wisdom... No. This would be a charisma save to force... Or, straight charisma check to force her out of you again. That will
Check,
have to
not
be...
save?
Yeah, charisma check, like just a straight charisma. It will serve as your action for this turn, but if you have a bonus action, you can also use it at that point.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You force her back out, and she
This
ends
is
up
effectively like a grapple then.
similar to it, except it's from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
that's all I got.
She reappears in that square after being forced out. So basically enters you, chokes you, like freezes you from the inside, but you effectively just force her out, maybe even like, shouting or coughing or whatever, exits your body and reappears literally right in the middle, all 3 of you.
Okay.
And no other bonus actions this turn?
No, I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. Lyronus also did not like that. So he's gonna do that thing again. Didn't do much. She
Probably
can't...
want to use higher level spells on this thing. But oh well.
Well,
I was gonna have Haelum do a dissonant whispers, but she had to cough her out.
yeah.
And I'm not criticizing Lyronus or you, I'm just saying, like, dang, we should be doing more damage.
I will say, this is me just as a DM, being a nice DM. You may want to save your higher level spells for later.
Alright, fair enough.
It's not going to take much to get rid of her. I'll say that much. However, what he shouts is basically, wow, and you can't even stay in her that long, can you? Like, what kind
Too
of...
much for some people to handle.
What kind of ghost are you that you can't even stay in her for a second? So that was his turn. However, let's see. He does offer, and his bonus action, he gives Haelum an inspiration die. So, basically, bardic inspiration. Go ahead and take it. And in that case, it is a D12.
Okay.
So you get to have that. Now you have it refreshed and completely available for you. Ariadne.
Okay, so physical damage doesn't do anything, so that means piercing damage would fall under that?
Piercing would fall under that. I imagine you're looking through the spells.
Yeah. Yeah, because Thorn Whip is a piercing damage, from if I remember correctly.
Produce flame is fire damage.
Would fire count as physical, or is it its own category?
It's a magic attack.
Oh, okay.
Thorn
cool.
Whip become like you're conjuring a vine, so I see that as like a physical thing. But the fire, magically conjured fire, is a magical attack.
Okay, in that case, oh boy, let's go.
At this point, it's just your average insults fight from Monkey Island. And hey, Haelum. Yep. All right. Yeah, that fucking hits. Click your damage. Cool. So let's see. And the fire literally incinerates her out of existence.
Yes, good.
Okay,
Alright.
she's gone.
So once again, combat over, keeping the turn order as is for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But,
That was eventful.
Not my most favorite room.
Alright.
Normally I love books, but I guess I have no problem with the books here.
The patrons of this establishment are ruining it for us.
I'm just gonna move those that have literally evaporated out of existence. So
Perhaps when all this is over, we can come back and peruse.
he looks to Haelum and says, that looks like it hurt. Did she do anything to you?
I was worried that she might, but it didn't seem like any sort of possession. More just like... Excuse me. Got a little bit into my throat, I guess.
I see.
At that point, Koshi will just like pretty much pat the back of Haelum's back, going, "Tis but a scratch."
I suppose.
Only a scratch from the inside, perhaps? He kind of shivers at the thought.
Let's not think about it that way.
So, do you want to look through the books here at all?
Yep.
Who knows,
Yeah.
maybe there might be something that you need to know. Or maybe you'll get something useful to use later. Alright, roll me a d20. Just a straight
Just
d20.
D20s?
Just the d20.
Alright.
And I will tell you what, if anything,
Well-
you find. Okay, so let's see. Koshi, starting with you, you find a book called Satyr Songs, a book of musical compositions meant to be played with a flute. Haelum,
Oh.
you find a book of riddles. The riddles are interesting thought exercises. You note that this book has no section explaining the answers. You are meant to figure these out on your own.
I'm keeping it.
Cool.
This is literally right up her alley. Book of riddles without answers.
Nice.
Oh, this is so fitting for Ariadne, too.
Oh,
The Song of Understanding. A tale of a man who spent his years showing great empathy to all he met. The literal song at the end, well, you can even see, like, I'm trying to think of how this would explain outside of, like, you know, DM terms here. It seems to indicate that when you wish to understand, consider this song. And get a bard to perform this song because of their natural connection with magic and music, between magic and music. And you will have greater insight.
Oh, so this is something that can boost everyone up, maybe.
Yes, and I mean, it's one of those, we'll see what happens when you actually use it, if you use it. Or just have a bard sing that song or something. Anyway, I'm gonna have Lyronus take a look around.
You okay?
No, yes, so remember how I have done a couple of polls, and I think there was one of the ones that ended up winning over on Patreon was in basically world building lore that could connect to a plot hook.
Oh boy.
Lyronus rolled a nat 20.
Oh boy.
Which is what finds the book that has that plot hook.
Oh my god.
I'm so proud of him.
Dang.
So good. Okay. He finds and even describes, like, the title of it, a compendium of strange beasts near Everroot. And he kind of thinks about it for a sec, and let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. He mentions that the city of Everroot is actually far north from here. It's actually nestled in this beautiful valley, and it's actually surrounded by a lot of really unusual plant life, including even, like, trees. Maybe even similar to what we encountered earlier, and he kind of, again, shudders at the memory. And he kind of flips through the pages and says, it looks like this book actually describes the local wildlife this strange city has. And he kind of looks at one page and says that it seems to indicate that there might be influence of the Feywild around this particular city.
Haelum is immediately walking over and look like, I'm sorry, what?
He looks up at her. Well, I mean, I'm not reading particularly in depth at the moment, but it does seem that perhaps the reason that there are plant life that, in fact, may be, well, animate, perhaps even, it might be because of Fey influence, or at least Feywild influence.
Haelum's thinking about this. We should probably hold on to this.
He nods, and
I'm sure that the Nazis won't mind if we take some of these books.
Oh. Yeah, he's like, oh, yes, absolutely. Shall I hold on to it, or?
I don't see why not.
He's like, good, I love reading. And I'm gonna add that to his... inventory. The fucking... Let's see...
Haelum, in a moment of just finally having, like, broken tension in this moment, she's like, I also found this book of riddles that doesn't seem to have any of the answers, so I'm going to be bringing these up randomly to see if we can all solve them together.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I would be more than happy to assist if it comes to it.
Absolutely. And then they all turn to Koshi.
So while all this has been going on, Koshi's been looking through this music book for flutists, sort of like going through. Obviously, they can't read.
They can't read.
Yeah. And so after a while, they're just sort of holding it by its side, like one might look at like an unfolding certain variant of magazine, and after a while, they just go, "What good does this useless rubbish do us? Forget it." And then Koshi just walks over and pushes like the book they found into Lyronus's arms before moving on.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Lyronus looks at it, and then reading the cover of it, immediately beams. And again, he reads the title of it, Seder Songs. Oh, and then he actually, like, you know, looks through it, and he's like, compositions. I think they appear to be meant to be played with a flute, but, well. And then he looks to Haelum, would you like this one, or shall I hold on to it?
Stars in her eyes, like, I would love to look through it. Oh, I wish I'd brought my flute with me.
You play the flute too?
Yes, of course, and the viol, and well, it is viol, but I say violin.
Yeah.
Terms that we know.
Right. And he goes, I play the flute too!
Oh, we should duet someday.
He's actually, like, I even gonna say this, he is literally glowing. It's not like a massive one, but in this dark especially, you can see he's, like, physically emitting this very, very, very faint light.
On my boy.
He's so happy. You just
You said
made
it was satyr songs?
satyr songs.
Nice.
Mhm.
Parentheses flute. And I'm gonna
Oh,
add that.
would
Ooh,
make for a lovely performance.
I have a section on my character sheet of all the songs that she memorizes. So I'm gonna
Oh.
add all the songs from the satyr book.
I'm going to.
Nice.
I'll put together a list of them, and there might even be some interesting potential effects. But I don't have a list all written out right now, but I'd be happy to do that for you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to
I'll
say
make a note of
this,
that.
just because I'm curious to see in terms of the investigation. Roll me another d20 if you guys still want to keep looking to see if anything else
Yeah.
strikes your attention. I want to see if we can find anything else, especially after Lyronus found... Oh no!
1 and 2.
I'm even gonna say Lyronus also rolled a 2, so I could see the two of them reaching for the same fucking book, and then
Dokies.
he
Touching
pulls.
hands.
Actually,
Nice.
yes. Okay, let's
Hold
do
on,
that.
I want to check something now. I finally get to roll a dice on the side.
Oh yay!
Oh.
Give me that dice.
Give me that dice. Ow!
Oh god. Haelum, like, you'll see her just quickly recoil, be like, oh, you can take that one. That's fine.
He does the exact same thing, though. That's what I was just about to say.
Damn it!
Like he literally, like she immediately, he immediately, they both immediately recoil, and he's like, "Oh no, please."
Are you certain?
I will take a look over here, and he kind of like.
I won't say I'm
he'll-
in love.
No, that's just it. I will say this, however, as he does so, roll perception for me. Anyone who's within eyesight of him, actually.
She's not looking at him
Yeah.
That
anymore.
doesn't count Koshi.
Perception, I will hope.
Oh.
Well, you see it. There was a faint blush on his face when that happened.
Aww.
But
Cute.
I'm gonna re-roll for him. Cool, he got something different.
Rolls a 2 again. He just turns around.
Musical masterpieces of Lyronus and Haelum sound nice. Honestly, I love the
Really?
idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then-
Guys, we should start a band.
Dan.
So, Koshi, did you take another look around? I forget. The 4
Yes.
was... Okay, the 4 was from the second roll. Okay. And Ariadne got 16. Okay. Sorry. Yes? I think Zelda found a toy mouse again.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so, Haelum, that book. You find
Yeah.
a dusty book with golden trim. I will say that it, like, I didn't have anything more than, like, a specific description for it. Basically, you can just assume it's, like, some pretty standard fiction story. Basically, just for pure entertainment if you ever wanted to read it.
Okay.
Something you could do during a short... My goodness! Are you hearing her?
Oh yeah, I am.
I know you are. Oh, hey, Zach, welcome. Good morning. Hello, what?
Welcome.
Zelda, hello, good to see you. You are baby.
Baby.
Okay, so, starting with Koshi and your 4, you find nothing really catches your eye.
Yeah,
Hey-
that tracks.
Haelum,
Yeah,
you
Koshi.
find the dusty book with golden trim. Ariadne, you find, let's see. Oh god, I have to fucking, ooh. That was so clear. Wow. Anyway, so you rolled, you found The Town of Swallowed Memories. A
Okay.
journal of a man who left a town that he can't even remember the name of. And there will be more description when you actually have time to read through it, but,
Making a note.
hey, speaking of plot hooks, guess what?
Oh, plot hook related. Gotcha.
That isn't...
Dog.
Let's
There is
see.
another little plot hook. The music you're hearing is probably the cat in the background. I mean, a lot of violins used to be made with cat gut,
Gross.
right?
Memories. But I'm just making a note on her sheet.
Lyronus pulls out a book on bolt crafting, and he kind of looks through it, and then he goes to Koshi, and I don't know if he actually has heard by this point that Koshi doesn't know how to read. goes over to Koshi
I think
and
Koshi has mentioned it like in front of him, even this session. Like Koshi going into the library said makes me
But
glad.
you just
I
may
can't
not
read.
actually know. He may not have caught on.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
even after Koshi explicitly said.
Look,
I think
look,
I
Lyronus
just
even
rolled-
said,
Timbo.
yeah,
I just-
because
his-
Lyronus even said, "Wait, you can't."
Okay, well,
Oh.
let's see if he. Yeah, he. I rolled to see if he even remembered that. But so
Of
he goes
course.
over to Koshi and says, "This actually might be something more up your alley, perhaps."
And after a moment, Koshi looks at the book, goes, "Unless it's a bag of crypts, you're sacked."
What? Oh, right! He kind of realizes, well, and he kind of
Whoops.
flips through a few pages. Well, it seems to be, well, instructions on how to actually construct your own bolts. It's interesting. But you don't read. Right. He looks down, looks to the others. Should we take
Sorry.
this?
If he's asking that, Haelum was gonna nod and say, like, yes, why don't we take it and then read it to Koshi later?
That sounds like a lot of fun. And then he looks back to Koshi. I would be very happy to read a book with you.
Koshi rolls their eyes before proceeding to what they assume is the room, a door to the next room.
Right? I'm just going to add that book to Lyronus's inventory for now.
And I'll also say that, like, in between now and like the previous battle, Koshi would have ripped the poppy off of their staff
Oh.
and put it in their inventory as an ingredient for a future concoction.
I mean,
As
they
a
are
snack.
they are an herb for something. So
Ah,
yes, you
yes.
do see a door that is right here. You are entering that room.
Yes.
All right, let me go to. This will be interesting and fun.
Oh boy, that's always a good sign.
Let me.
Of course.
What?
A fucking music room,
Heh.
or at the very least, as a piano.
Let's
Yeah.
fucking go!
There is indeed a piano, and let me get to the description of that. Let's see. Sorry. Sorry. I'm scooting around on a few of these. Where do I have this written? Where is it? I know I wrote this down. Oh, I know what I did. There it is. Okay. It was just on the other side of a barrier. That's fine. Okay. Just as you begin swinging the door open, you hear beautiful piano music from within this room. When the door is fully open, and let me go to this, and there we go. Let me just describe this. Right, fully open. You see a woman in formal attire seated at the piano, playing music mechanically. Roll me a perception. And let's, that's right,
Yeah.
Lyronus is gonna make it into the room as well.
Watch me roll my like 100th piss poor perception tonight.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
Let's see. She'll make it into the room last. With a perception roll of okay, not bad.
The question is, does anyone know how to play the piano?
No.
Well, you
She's a
guys
druid.
You guys can all see this. Her eyes are glowing and glazed. And this is actually a woman seated there. I don't know if you can tell from the
Yeah.
color.
Yeah, purple.
Are glowing and glazed. As soon as she becomes aware of the party, she stops playing and apologizes. This is Emily's favorite piece. The only thing that stops her crying some nights. You are not meant to hear it. The woman appears to be in her 20s. Would she be old enough to know Emily? If you guys want to roll a history.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
Nope.
No, she's
Yep.
not. I know because in my notes there was 30 years of fucking. Go.
Yeah, so I'll even
Well,
say with that roll, Koshi will even go, I don't even know who you are.
I have a
Okay.
question. I have a question once we've finished
but-
rolls.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll even say, Ariadne, here's what I'm even going to say for
She
you.
doesn't remember though.
But you have it in your notes, right?
Yeah, I have stuff about the Crimson Rose of Vermouth and some stuff.
Advantage?
So yeah, you have advantage
Oh, okay.
because you wrote it down.
Rolls a 3.
You just watch though. I'm gonna roll that.
a 3. Yeah! It just adds a 1 in front of it.
I know, right? Oh my god, that's literally like the 4 hovering in front of her face, and then she like draws up a finger and draws the 1 right next to
I was
it.
about to say, like, fucking Emperor's New Groove style, like, takes out a marker, just draws it on the screen.
Hey, Larks, welcome.
I can even see this as like
Hello.
her being distracted. Hello.
Hello. That's just her
Hello,
greeting the woman
hi.
at the piano. All right,
Can
so
I-
go ahead.
Can I ask my question real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did we get to hear enough of the song to know at least, like, a good chunk of it?
Ooh,
You got to hear a couple of bars.
Okay, thank you.
In fact, roll me a performance check. That was literally the DC I came to mind. Okay,
Let's go!
you can at least remember those couple of bars of the song that she was just playing. So that's literally in your brain that if you ever wanted to replicate it and play it later, you got it now memorized.
Yep, I'm adding it to her list of songs in her memory.
Emily's song.
Yes, I was wanting. Thank you.
Yo.
The history that Ariadne and Lyronus both. There's something fishy going on with what the woman said. She's far too young to have been cognizant of Emily's favorite music. Yet she sounds as if she knows Emily. And speaking in the present tense.
As if Emily's around, but she died like 5 years or.
Look, we're battling ghosts. I know there's something fucky going on.
She died 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30
Emily.
years ago. Yeah, she died
Oh.
30 years ago, but she was like at 5 years old.
Yeah.
So, the woman does not look at you. I will not interfere, but I must warn you not to disturb Emily. She has been restless the last week or so.
Last week.
Do you want to roll a history on that remark?
Sure.
Consider it rolled.
Honestly.
Jeez.
Honestly.
Her concentration is not there.
Koshi, did you want to roll a history on this perhaps, or... Griffin?
Griffin, if you're talking, you're muted.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
He fucking died.
Oh, bro.
The cat's got him.
Yeah, Koshi has no idea what the fuck is going on.
So, Haelum, in addition to everything else, about a week ago was apparently around the time when Lyronus was in town.
Oh, I'm piecing it. I've connected 2 points. You haven't connected anything. I've connected
them.
I mean, it's, interesting timing. And perhaps even with that, Danforth's statement about bringing the Master's Blight perhaps resurfaces, even just briefly. So, roll me a perception, everyone. Oh my god!
Didn't we just? Okay.
Well, this is a
Yeah.
different thing that you're looking for now.
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, this wasn't a high one, but unfortunately the only ones who made it were Ariadne and Lyronus. Lyronus, who has been Mr. Oblivious, Captain Oblivious, this entire fucking
Himbo
campaign.
extraordinaire.
He just rolled a nat 20 again!
Here
that's
comes
good.
the boy.
God.
So this
Hello,
is
taxpayer.
even better. And you also actually made the DC for both of these Ariadne, so we both see this.
Oh, dang.
The shells, like these shelves here, bear several knickknacks, including a glass figurine of a bear, an iron trinket shaped like a person, and a jewelry display. Wait. The jewelry display bust has a pair of diamond-studded earrings that seem to glitter even in this gloom, and a coin talisman matching the description Leandra gave you of 2 of the items Danforth had neglected to fully pay for.
You should
And
grab those for her.
on the shelf below are books. No, not any books. Either publications by mages or straight-up spell books.
We just take everything?
I mean, you want to... I can even... You can see, of the books, there are a couple of them that are pretty standard, like, you know, brown covers to books. They have the titles Musings on the Muse and My Love. Then there is a mint and emerald green spellbook, a leather-bound with gold decoration spellbook, and a black with steel trimming spellbook.
Let's take them.
Yeah.
They're ours now.
They could be useful later, because I don't know if druids can learn from spellbooks, but...
No, we're not wizards, but I mean, we can still take them.
And who knows, you might be able to sell them.
I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe
Do
we'll
we
find a
recognize
wizard one
the-
day.
Lyronus actually, like, I could see Lyronus goes over, like, and is looking at, like, those books in particular. Like, he does notice the jewelry, but, like, the spell books really catch his attention. He identifies them as, like, he's just storing these out in the open like this? In a display?
Well, I'm certain he doesn't let just anyone in.
True, but even so, he sighs. Rich people, I guess.
We
I
should
mean-
take those
Wouldn't know what
back
that's like.
for-
He starts kind of looking through those books, and he actually identifies, like, again, the spell books and, like, the different colors. He offers actually to carry the... Well, I mean, he basically offers to carry all of them since several books start getting really heavy, and he can take it.
Okay.
But wondering if anyone is curious to hold on to any of these individual books.
We could probably
I
look
mean,
at them after. What? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say you got Koshi's answer already.
Which
Doesn't
is...
want books.
No, yeah,
it doesn't
if
want
it's
books,
related
right.
to books, then Koshi wants nothing to do with it.
Book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
But yeah, I
book...
think
They're gonna book it, yeah.
Haelum will mention that, like, we should take all of them and then investigate them after we're done here.
Yeah, he nods in
Because
agreement.
we shouldn't spend too much time on them. And also, she'll make note that, because technically she's not really carrying a bag. She has a chest that has, like, a strap on it. So she was able to put the one book she wanted, or a couple of books in the chest, but adding any more will probably just, you know.
Start getting too heavy.
Exactly.
So there any that Ariadne wants to hold on to?
I think she'll have a look at them later, because she's, you know, not sure if now's the time for that.
So I guess retrieving them, like, once they're done?
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll
'cause,
go
like,
over them once we're done here.
Yeah, because, like, it doesn't sound like any of the books are, like, druidy. So I'm like, yeah.
Alright.
There's a green one. Don't druids like green?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Grabs the green book and runs.
Grabs the green book and runs. Just literally bolts from the room. So the only real exits to this room, I know that this one looks like an exit, but we're just gonna say that's a window. The only exits to this room are this one and this door, which your mental map tells you, other than the visual map
that'll
that you're
take us back
looking
to
at,
the lobby.
getting you back into the main area.
This is a
Real
window.
quick.
Yep.
Yeah, real quick. Are we taking the magical items too?
I don't know, are you guys?
Well, it seemed like we kind of just glossed over that. That's why I'm
Yeah.
making sure we
yeah,
ask before we
because-
leave.
Yeah.
That's the one that the lady wanted, right?
Yeah. It was pointed
Yeah.
out that that's what they were talking about. So if we see them, I think I would probably focus on those over the books in the first place.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just trying to earlier.
I apologize, I kind of immediately
No,
jumped.
you're doing good. It's just one of those things where it's I'm glad I got to ask before we left.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get you.
So What was it exactly? Like earrings and then something else? Was it an amulet?
Diamond-studded earrings that seem to glitter even in the gloom, and a coin talisman. Basically a talisman that's made from a coin.
I think Koshi may be curious about the talisman.
Well, I mean, that was part of the description that, that Leandra mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
The talisman was the amulet of Heartbreaker Halan. A talisman made from a coin with two faces, a heart with a crown, and a broken heart and crown. And actually, does anyone want to roll a history on that? This is all, like,
Sure.
it sounds like it's taking a while, but this is, like, literally whether or not you just know it by looking at it. Alright, none of you know this. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, but we do remember what the items were
Yeah.
talked about, so we're just gonna... I can add those to my inventory then.
Yeah, if you like. I mean,
Yeah,
Haelum
okay.
immediately picking up the shiny things. That makes sense.
I mean, with Koshi watching with like puppy dog eyes, or at least the closest approximation you can get with glazed over eyes like theirs.
Koshi, these are for our friends. We agreed to get them for them. If you ask nicely, they might let you keep one.
Koshi says nothing.
Good boy. Well, not boy so much as...
Good bird.
Here comes the bird.
Lyronus actually volunteering good bird? I certainly think so.
Yes, that
yeah.
works.
He actually winks at Koshi.
Small side note, there actually is a they them
Koshi
version of that
gags.
Here Comes the Boy song.
Yeah, there is.
Here they are, I found them. Here they come my way. There you go.
Lyronus kind of looks around. This seems more like, and it's literally called the drawing room. I actually looked this up for the actual appropriate term for it. The drawing room is where you entertain guests, and it's where we commonly call it the living room now.
Yeah, what us peasants call it.
I like how Koshi is treated as a pet. They
I mean-
are, in fact, the goblin mascot of this game. I say goblin, gremlin, I should say.
Yeah, they're the gremlin child of the party.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I treat Koshi like my child.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll also specify, Larks, that Koshi is technically non-binary.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, yeah, I know it's not something I specify very often, but I figure I would just get
Always
that
good a
out there.
reminder.
Yeah.
They are birds.
So you're non-binary? Like you don't have any binary?
I mean,
That's so poggers.
Poggers.
right? Can we get some
My
Machiavellis in chat?
My favorite NB meme.
So, shall we proceed in our investigation?
If we have
Yeah.
received the books and magical items, then yes. If that lady isn't attacking us, we're just gonna walk right by her, I guess.
She's
Yeah,
just
me.
sitting at the piano staring off into the distance.
Vibin'.
As we leave, Haelum's just gonna make the comment of, your playing was very lovely, by the way.
She has no response.
I figured not, but she wanted to say it anyways.
Alright,
I have a quick question before Ariadne leaves the room specifically.
sure.
You mentioned that next to the jewelry there was like a figurine of a person?
A glass figurine of a bear.
Oh, glass figurine of a bear, but there was something about a person, right? Like next to that?
An iron token.
Oh, okay. Is
of
it
a-
anyone we recognize? Or...
It's like a stick figure person.
Oh, it's a stick figure. Okay.
It's a meeple.
Oh, okay. The glass bear is not magical, right? There's no magical properties to it.
Well,
It's just a glass statue.
roll Arcana.
Okay.
You can tell there's nothing magical about this.
Okay,
It's
cool.
just
In
a
that
glass
case-
figurine.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
having war flashbacks of the golden bear.
Can we
A
pocket
Pikachu.
that glass bear just in case it's useful later?
The Pikachu of the Lore of Leyus. Koshi. Koshi, use Thunderbolt! Anyway,
Jesus.
so back out to the
Yeah, that's
main lobby. You said you wanted to take the glass figurine, or?
If it's okay, I don't. Just
Yeah.
in case it might be useful, I don't know.
It's fine. Please go ahead and take it if you like. I mean, I mentioned it
Mm.
explicitly, so yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
if nothing else, it can be a companion to the other figurines she bought earlier.
Odd
then they
visuals.
Oh god, and
Yeah.
of course they've got the fucking unicorn figurines that Haelum has.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's that. Alright, so I'm just going back over my notes. Okay, so in terms of other options, there is this store, this store, and this door still left unopened.
I'll let you guys choose.
You know, Koshi took the lead last time, so I'll leave it to you guys. We didn't ask you, Kat.
I guess Ariadne will take this store.
Interesting.
But before she does, she'll quickly, cause just a fail safe in case anything happens. She, before, on her way over there, she slides over the Book of Understanding, over to Haelum, and then goes over this way.
The book of what?
Understanding.
The Song of Understanding book.
Yeah.
Ah,
there's
that's
the-
Inventory then.
Yeah, and she'll just make a quiet note like, I think this might be useful to, for you and Lyronus to look over later.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mhm.
One more book to add to my chest. Let's see, Song of Awakening.
Slips it inside her dress
I mean,
to store
Song
under.
of Understanding.
Understanding, thank
A
you.
Song of Understanding just slips it underneath her boob for storage.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where I put all my things.
Yeah.
I mean, get in that chest pocket.
I will say, when I was in high school, I had friends who did that, and I was blown away because I didn't have that storage space growing up. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
And now I'm flashing back to fucking heavy boobs from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh god.
I got them heavy boobs. Anyway. So, Ariadne, you said you went to that door?
Yeah.
It's locked.
Use the key, Lyronus, get over here.
Alright, key. Thankfully, she has the key.
That's
Oh,
right.
I thought
Yeah.
Lyronus did. My bad.
Yeah, she took the key.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
She took the house.
she took
Oh,
kids.
I'm
Send it.
gonna have Ariadne cast guidance on herself, just in case, and then unlocks the door.
The key does not work on this door.
Oh, okay. Well, she has a guidance for she
Yeah.
needs it.
There you go.
Koshi, can you pick the lock?
I mean, Koshi may. So
If they
Koshi, we
want.
may require your assistance.
Go get it.
that would
Get
be in
him.
the thieves' tools. So let me see here. Ah.
Unfortunately, you were not able to pick the lock.
Can I give
Hmm.
them a thing of give them a thing of guidance?
I think that would have to have been beforehand.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Never mind. That's okay.
No worries.
doesn't work like that, Jane.
I'm sorry, I'm new to this.
No, you're not.
I'm new to guidance, it's been a while.
Oh, okay, that's valid.
Open sesame, says Larks.
Still-
Not yet.
Kicks
God.
your ass.
Lyronus was watching you guys as you went to that door. But then he's when he saw that Koshi unfortunately not quite able to get it open, he ends up he tilts his head slightly, sniffing at the air, and walks over in this direction at this door and says, "I'm not sure if I want to go in this one."
Why is that?
It doesn't smell particularly savory.
But I suppose that means we should check it out. She looks like exasperated.
He pouts. He's clearly in agreement with the exasperation. He looks to everyone. Shall we then?
I mean,
Let me check something real quick.
could we
Does
burn the door
she-
down?
does
I was gonna say Koshi's tempted to just whack the door handle with their quarterstaff.
What are you? What? Okay, Sir Pounce is on his side, underneath the futon, and he's clawing at it from underneath.
I mean, you gotta make your own fun sometimes.
Oh, he just rolled out. He did a little fucking acrobatics roll. Anyway, I'm sorry. What?
I was checking to see if she had perfume in her box because I remember that being an actual item on D&D Beyond. Like,
Oh, I see where you're going.
She doesn't. She does have a bar of soap, but I imagine it's probably like only lightly scented. So she's like, I wonder if we could like, you know, get some of this soap to help with the smell. But we should probably just check out the room.
So we all heading in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, just moving that around. Alright, let me reveal if it will fucking let me.
Wait, which door are you opening? Oh, the other one. Okay.
Let me scroll. Thank you. Just make sure I got the entirety of all of this. Cool. Lyronus proceeds into the room. Everyone. The stench of something rotting, even more decrepitly than the undead outside, washes over you the moment you open the door. Everyone roll a con save.
Okay.
Constitution
So-
saving throw?
Yep. Oh no. Lyronus, what's
I guess
your...
Koshi's fine.
Put it right there.
Oh no, Lyronus. Oh no,
Oh no,
everyone.
Ariadne.
Koshi.
Yeah, we're not doing good.
Koshi, you feel repulsed, but after that initial wave, you're able to recover. Everyone else! It's too
Projectile
much.
vomit?
It's too much. The stench chokes your gut, and you feel the bile rising before you can stop it and get sick. Which includes Lyronus, who ends up bolting over to this corner to empty out his stomach.
Oh boy.
Smells something, I gotta get in there.
Gross.
Mop
Yeah,
that
so
up.
I should probably move this out of the way so you guys can all, you guys in the audience can see the room. Cool. Anyway, so that's fun. Ahead of you is a modestly large table crafted of fine wood with elegant carvings around the rim. You guys can spend your time reaction however you want to. Koshi, do you want to look around while they're... You guys, you get first moving because since everyone else was briefly incapacitated.
Yeah. Well, first thing Koshi's gonna do, but, you know, like, again, they're, you know, surprisingly fine, all things considered. They're just gonna look at, you know, Lyronus for a second, shake their head and go, that boy ain't right, before proceeding to investigate the room.
Alright. Roll me a perception.
Oh, okay, well, I rolled the wrong thing anyway, so let's see.
Yeah. Wow!
I guess Koshi was too distracted by the vomit.
Alright.
Oh
Well,
my god.
now that
Also,
Koshi has had a
hearing
chance...
distribution from the next room.
Why does this always happen?
Now that Koshi has failed to notice anything twice,
You need a minute, Jane?
Honestly,
Let it
as
all
much as it
out.
sucks, my favorite thing is when it's like, rolls a 1. Oh, but I have advantage, or I get to roll again. Rolls another 1.
thinks of Rochelle.
Damn it!
Thinks of Rochelle.
Yeah, she. Oh, Danry did that recently too.
Oh
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Well. no! If you guys want to, you can also roll perception.
If we can finally stop throwing up.
Yeah, you got it out of your system now. Ooh.
Oh.
Well,
God.
Haelum's
Haelum,
still having a hard
unfortunately. Yeah, Haelum, you're still kind of recovering. Ariadne, you see the elegant carvings around the rim of the table, but wait, those carvings aren't just a pattern. They pulse briefly with that same strange glowing light that you've seen around the house.
Same pulse as the ring?
Same pulse as the ring, same pulse as the light that surrounded the estate. And also...
Okay. Another freaking zombie. Not zombie.
Standing at the far end of the table, a tall man chews on something fleshy, something you can't make out due to how decayed it is. His eyes, glazed and glowing, sharpen to see you. he charges, and let me, turn. Alright, combat time, everyone!
Woo!
Koshi
Alright,
stares at the
let's
bomb
go.
is so engrossed in it that they don't notice anything else. I feel like that's just him, that's just Koshi being judgy of Lyronus. Like, that just continues. Like, just Koshi being like,
Like, this fucker.
this baby. Alright. Well, we are starting on your turn, Ariadne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna move her over just one, and then he's physical, right? Let's just subdue him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give him a little, just a little.
Nice, that hits.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Are you
Alright.
gonna move him?
Yeah.
How far do you move him?
10 feet, so I guess over here.
Where? Okay. So right up to you?
Yeah, free for the taking, guys, if you want to just slap him.
I'm gonna slap him.
Oh, I'ma slap him. Let's see, that was 5 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That gives me a terrible idea that I'll implement when my turn comes.
Alright, good night, Ragnar. Thanks for dropping by.
Have a good one, my dude.
Bye.
Alright, that was your turn. Koshi!
So,
Good news. It's your turn.
so you gave me a terrible idea, Jane.
Oh, no.
Do it.
So, Koshi lunges forward with the rapier and go, I like your cut, G.
Oh my god.
Oh!
my god!
Let's chicken go.
That's karma, baby. That's karma.
Oh my god.
That's karma.
Roll your damage.
What's your damage?
Alright. So that basically just penetrates straight through him. Like, you get the chest, and you just go straight through him. Now,
Finally.
here's a question. I'm gonna roll something on my end real quick. Let me actually try.
Oh, okay.
Roll that one. Oh, okay. Roll me.
No.
Roll me 2d10.
2d10?
2d10.
Alright, so dippity and dippity doo doo dippity.
You rolled exactly what he did, and that's astounding. Okay, so then this becomes this is the question. Koshi, do you intend for him to die from your attack? Is there killing intent?
Koshi intends for this thing to stop, not necessarily to die, just to stop what it's doing.
Okay, so I guess at that, he certainly does stop. And he doesn't look good. Because that attack, unfortunately, was a very powerful one because it was a critical. He does, however, stop. Lyronus, recognizing the situation from where he is, stumbles over, because he's still kind of recovering, and asks Ariadne, do you think you could basically stem the bleeding? Roll a medicine check. That's the DM version of it.
Oh,
Can you roll a
okay.
medicine check and stabilize him?
I'll see what I can do.
And you've got the the medican. Okay. Don't
Oh,
you
use the herbalism kit?
Yeah. Use the
Oh,
herbalism
right.
kit.
I could just click that. You're right. I'm Boohoo the Fool.
Okay, you are able to stabilize him very quickly. Like, he looks like he's in a bad shape for a second, but then you are able to stop the bleeding and, stabilize him.
Cool.
So he's
Relief.
definitely incapacitated.
Dang. I think she'll take that time to tell the others about how the markings on the wall have the same aura as the rest of the room. I don't think she was able to do that before combat started.
Yeah. Because he was standing there at the foot of the table.
Yeah. So now the entire party is informed. Cool.
Jeez,
Koshi
Koshi
makes a
really made
mental
up for
note of
that
that.
last roll. Yep.
Yeah. Last 2 rolls, even.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, made up for... Yeah, anyway. Koshi one-shot... Well, I mean, Ariadne did damage, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, Ariadne softened him up for Koshi to do the takedown.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ariadne pitched, Koshi hit the home run.
There we go.
Okay, so he's... I'm going to then adjust this so that it's not dead. I don't know what each of these indicate. Not sleepy, but he's, let's just do this for now. He's unconscious.
Okay.
Just like this one is unconscious. Cool. Anyway,
Cool.
Lyronus breathes a sigh of relief. Sorry. And you were saying something about, Koshi, I apologize.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, Koshi wasn't really gonna say anything at that point. You know, they just like take a moment to clean their rapier and just put it away.
Lyronus doesn't know anything about the rim on the table. Does... But yeah, you definitely did identify that it seems to be emanating that same sort of energy. Roll me Arcana, and of course anyone who, if Ariadne brings this up with the team, anyone can roll an Arcana on this.
Alright, let's arcane.
You bring it up with us, yeah.
Yep, I did.
Okay, and...
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
Nah.
Well, I'll even say, Haelum, you're the only one who doesn't, actually. This wasn't going to be a high DC anyway, especially because, again, it's glowing the same color. What you can even interpret from this is that the runes as they are carved into the table, and with the context of it being a dinner table, is that this is a place where people would be brought to be cursed.
Oh.
So,
invites you to dinner and then...
and then curses you.
We're gonna have you for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's like cannibal.
God, I'm just picturing that one fucking scene from Rocky Horror.
Okay.
Mm.
And roll perception, guys.
All right.
What do we perceive with our eyes?
Yet again.
I mean, damn, that's all good. Alright, so let's see. Starting from the bottom with Koshi, you spot a tin of candy that sits on the counter by the door. So you see on this counter a tin of candy. The candy inside is pink and blue.
Koshi will yoink that, because you never know when you're gonna run into kids who want free samples.
Ariadne, you also spot this tin candy, and you notice that it's pink and blue. Haelum, you also notice this. Actually,
Cool.
yeah, you definitely notice this. 18. So that means this is something, at this point, this is something that Haelum and Lyronus notice. You spot a fallen pouch of coins spilled on the floor next to the table, and it would be probably right about here. And a vase has broken on the floor near the kitchen, so over here. A green glint catches your eye. An emerald. A nice looking one, too. So a couple of things that you see. A fallen bag with a fallen pouch of coins, basically. You can tell that they're coins because it's like one of them peeking out from the bag.
I like that, like, of all of them, the con man is the one person who doesn't see the coins or jewels.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, I love it, honestly.
I mean, the tin was shiny.
Yeah, and Ariadne didn't see the coins either, so.
Yeah. So Lyronus being
I'll even
closer,
point it out to y'all.
Lyronus would actually go over to the vase, open, kind of like lift some of the chunks out of the way and pluck up the emerald, kind of examining it. He's kind of like, interesting place to keep an emerald. He kind of puzzles. I wonder why that is.
Well, I'm sure everything in this house has a reason for it.
You hear faint sobbing in this room.
Well,
time
let's
to
go figure what
freaking
that's
check
all
it
about.
out.
Yeah, and I'll even say, like, just as a little color text thing, when people were wondering about, like, what's all this treasure doing here, Koshi would just go, greed is eternal.
Fair enough.
Mhm. Noting that in brain.
So, we're going into this
Oh
room.
boy.
Yeah, we
Sure.
are.
Might as well.
Okay,
Oh.
let me just double check.
Slide her over this way.
The faint
Something like
sobbing
that.
can be heard even more clearly in this room. And I need to go back to selecting. Lyronus follows behind and kind of like starts examining the counters. You will also see that like the counters themselves seem to have food. And they look, it's a weird paradox that they look freshly prepared and completely rotten all at the same time.
Looks can be deceiving.
Right. The sobbing can be heard more clearly in here, echoing as though from at a great distance. The smell is even worse in here, and you can immediately see why. Among the prepared meats and dinner foods, there are black mold growths stemming from the oven. So,
Oh, those
This-
black moldies.
yes.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, on it. Produce. Okay.
The sobbing stops briefly, and you hear, "Who's there?"
Just a few of us. You don't have to fret. Unless you
And-
want to, but I mean,
Oh my god.
And you see a woman materializing in front of the oven, kneeling in front of it and looking like she'd been bent, but now looking around, almost as if she doesn't even really see you. But this spirit is afraid and confused. She does not appear to register much of anything. But she's not attacking. Despite her coin here.
Does she look like a young woman or like an old woman?
She looks like someone who may be like in her late 20s or early 30s.
Okay.
okay. And she was crying earlier.
She was just crying.
She was still. She's still crying.
Well, I mean, the tears would still be on her face. I mean, it's Ghost, so, like...
Haelum wants to attempt.
Go for it.
Without, like, going too closer, since she doesn't seem like she could see us yet. She's gonna say, "We're sorry to disturb you, but we heard you crying. Is it something you could tell us about?"
She turns her head in the direction of Haelum's voice, and she seems to blink and then peer in your direction, and then her eyes widen in shock, as if suddenly seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the question again?
Basically, like, do you want to tell us what's wrong?
Everything is wrong. And, like, you could imagine if I could do, like, voice edits on my live performance, which I don't have any kind of program for that, but, like, that pulse stretch effect where you hear it, like, as if it's echoing prior to her even saying anything.
Yeah, ghostly.
And, you know, she continues with, everything is wrong. I don't understand. And then she looks around and she seems to start seeing the other people that have now joined her in this room. Where am I?
You're in the Thanasi estate.
Thanasi?
Yes.
I would say she pales, but, I mean, She's dead.
She's already pale.
She's already goddamn pale, but like her expression.
Pale's even more.
Yeah. As she
Pale,
reveals,
pale.
she says that the last thing that she remembers is stumbling into this kitchen after finally pulling that damn necklace off for the first time in months. She just wanted to get away, but she couldn't move while the necklace was on. It glowed black, and that's the only way she knows how to describe it. Danforth has gone too far. He is obsessed with saving his daughter, but there's no light in her eyes anymore. There's no light, no light! And she shrieks in agony and anguish.
This poor thing.
And then rage. And this shriek ends up actually shaking the walls around you. And she looks back up at all of you in anger. And you see the mark that you've seen around town, again, that Sovalis had ever seen the first time he'd had a vision about this. That mark appears glowing on her forehead.
Oof.
And we are back to combat.
Oh boy.
Well,
Koshi! Actually, you just
Joy.
had your turn, so Haelum.
We're gonna do a dissonant whisper, so instead of yelling at this woman, Haelum's trying to, like, calmly settle her down, and in this case, by attack, but,
Yeah.
So,
I attack you with compassion. Let's see, this roll for her. Oh, she actually, is this any kind of, like, half damage thing, or is it all or nothing?
Let me check.
Half as much damage. Okay, so she will take 4 damage from that, because she actually saved.
Okay.
I'll even say that, like, even because you're trying to gently nudge her with this, it probably, like, her rage ends up overpowering your attempt to, knock her out of her rage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Lyronus. Oh, he doesn't want to do anything to her. He feels so bad, but he's also not going to let this woman hurt his friends. Oh. I'm just reading a quick thing. Okay. Alright, so what he does is that. Realizing, hey, wait a second. Wait, I want her to calm her down. Wait, I can calm her down!
I can do it!
So he ends up casting Calm Emotions, and, cause she is hostile at the moment. I mean, not that she would have necessarily been able to save,
yeah.
but her gaze flickers, and then the rage that she was feeling seems to dissipate, and she seems to settle back down, like, not shocked at what just happened, but, like, literally as if she was given some sort of sedative, basically. As if suddenly no longer aware of your presence.
Hell yeah, Lyronus.
Yeah, he's good boy. That's
Non-violent.
That said,
Ooh.
let me just check my notes on something again. So, okay. So she calms down, and the mark actually vanishes from her forehead again. And her eyes brighten again with clarity. What just happened?
It appears something is trying to control those who still are in the estate, yourself included.
I am still chained. I'm still chained here. And she's sighing like this, but it's, even again, still sedate. Like, she's clearly terrified, but it's one of those, like, you know you should be terrified. But for some reason, you don't feel like you're terrified.
You're more resigned than anything else, right?
Well,
Dread.
it's not even, it's weird to it because I've actually kind of experienced something like this before, but it's like knowing that you should feel a certain way, that you should even be scared of this, but that's not even resignation. It's like you literally physically cannot feel, or mentally cannot feel the emotion you're supposed to feel in that moment.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
So she seems distantly horrified at the fact that she is, quote unquote, still chained.
Yeah, and sort of feeding off of this, Koshi sort of like tilts their head and then after a moment goes, exploitation begins at home.
She looks up to everyone. I'm sorry that I can't do more. I can only stay here. I remember only... And then at this, her voice fades, then she physically fades. Well, at least visually fades.
Oh,
So, I mean, go away. So she vanishes from where she was on the floor.
These poor people.
Lyronus nods, and he actually, like, he puts his sleeve to his eyes. He's very clearly upset.
Aww.
Pats him on the shoulder.
Yeah. This poor boy. He's puppy boy. He doesn't want anyone to be hurting. Well, you can see one other exit to this room, which is this doorway leading north.
Okay.
There's otherwise nothing of note in this room.
I was about to say, Koshi was considering maybe investigating to see if there's anything worth taking along in this room.
Everything that was here is either already rotten or touched by that mold.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
Burn it with fire.
Let's see. Let me just looking at Koshi's inventory, because if I don't already have it, I might have Koshi take like a sample of the black mold.
You already have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember you having a sample. I literally checked your inventory earlier before we played today. I was like, I did notice that. So,
Let's open the door?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you're right
I thought
by the
you were
door.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something as Lyronus. I was like, wait, no, go ahead.
Now let's go through that door.
Alright. I think in that case, yeah. There's still something, like, yeah, to the tune of there's still something we can do for them, and then goes in, I guess. I don't see a light source here, so I'm gonna have Ariadne cast light again. Maybe on... I don't know if that's a rod over here, or maybe...
It's very, like, you can see it, but it's sunken. There's let me give the description.
Alright.
The stairs appear to lead to the second floor, but the floor itself has collapsed. More black mold destroyed the integrity of the wood, made it soft. So, that beam that you're seeing kind of cross the way there is actually, like, on the, like, leading into the basement, which you definitely cannot see down into, but this beam is the only thing that manages to catch the light. But it's still too far down.
Oh, okay. I guess she can light up then... she'll light up this cabinet over here.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, let me describe this.
Oh, sorry.
You spot a strange storage cabinet across from you. An arcane circle is carved over the doors. I'm sorry, I was just like, wait, no, don't yet. Wait until I describe it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Jumping again. Apologize.
No, it's fine. You were trying to do something. You were like, oh, well, here's a cabinet. Let me light this. I feel like this could even be Ariadne starts to go to the cabinet to actually cast light on it. Lyronus enters the room, sees the arcane circle on it, and actually grabs her arm and says, wait!
Oh.
Okay, so I take it we don't light that up.
He points to the arcane circle. Well,
Right.
we might want to be cautious. And then he actually peeps at it, and you can roll an Arcana if you want.
Alright.
Anyone who enters this room, if they want to. Let's just pretend that there's more space to actually fit everyone in there outside of, like, the grid format there.
I'll just say Haelum's trying to look at it, but she's looking through the doorway, so she can't even really see.
Yeah, Koshi don't see shit.
And given that the floor is actually, like, technically softened from the black mold, it's probably safe to not have everyone crowd into that room.
Koshi and I are good out here.
That's fine. Lyronus... Sorry?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, replying to Haelum, if you're sure.
Yeah. Oh, look, Lark's crying in the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was probably because of the poor ghost woman.
Yeah. Also, a quick thing, Lore, because I double-checked, and I'm not seeing black mold in my inventory.
Let me...
Because I know someone had, like, a little necklace with a jar of the black mold, but I don't think that's Koshi.
I thought... Stopper bottle filled with... What's... Okay, that's that.
No, that's the zombie
Oh,
goo.
someone does.
Yeah.
Someone
I have that
does.
Arcane Focus necklace.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same one.
Yeah,
I think it
that
might
be the one.
I think it might even be... I could have sworn someone did. Okay, so you don't have a sample of the mold. If you want to take
Yeah.
one, you
Grab
can.
one.
Okay, then Koshi will
Yay.
do that.
You never have too much mold.
You
Oh,
can even
yes.
use the tube that was given to you by Sally if you like. That's an empty
Yeah.
tube.
Fair, yeah.
So, Lyronus and Ariadne, looking at that, I mean, it's not exactly like this is a surprise, but that circle is actually a curse to any who come into contact with it.
Oh. Good thing she didn't touch that then.
Does anyone want to up close examine it? Or...
Sure. Let's do it.
I think
Sure.
Koshi will as well.
Okay.
Let's...
Investigation, or?
What you're going to roll is you're going to actually roll me... Well... Let me put it this way. There's going to be the... I remember that this was around the time when I was starting to fucking... I forgot to include the specifics of it. The idea that I had is, if you go into the room and you're examining the cabinet, like the distance circle, you got the idea of like, this is a curse. Then there is an arcana to actually identify what the curse is. So roll me another arcana to identify the specific curse.
Okay.
Well,
You just gets anywhere.
Hmm.
Nope. No.
And let's see. Ooh, Lyronus, no. Lyronus, baby, no. So the 5 was your recent Arcana roll, Ariadne?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Haelum, you are the only one who actually identify the curse as being something that it's effectively a charm of some kind. You can't figure out specifically, but you can point to different aspects of this arcane circle, like specific language or symbols that are used in it. And it indicates an enchantment and something similar to something similar to calm emotions, amazingly enough, although I don't know if you'd know it by that name. But basically you recognize that this has something to do with emotional manipulation of some kind.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's lovely.
She'll reveal that to the group then.
But what you can tell is that this is, weirdly enough, if you're able to break the circle itself, it breaks the spell on it. So, like, you break the curse of it by effectively, like, somehow damaging the circle, making it so that it's not a complete circle anymore.
Okay.
So...
Anybody want to break it?
Sure, let's break it.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand.
Oh man, maybe Koshi would be better for this.
There you go. Thanks, Koshi.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh no, okay.
Expertise comes in handy.
Break this dresser, you say?
Well, I'm even gonna say, because Ariadne was technically the one closer. Let's actually even do this. I kind of have an idea of how this could have even played out with those rolls. Ariadne being right next to it, you go to investigate it and see what you can do to actually break the arcane circle. And unfortunately you can't, but as soon as your fingers come into contact with it, roll a wisdom save for me.
Oh boy, let's go.
You might be... I was gonna say you might be fine, but,
You know what? This makes sense. This makes sense.
The world's kind of fades out for a second.
Cool.
The chill of the estate evaporates, and you kind of feel like you're happy staying put. In fact,
Sure.
nothing bothers you at all. It's actually even kind of pleasant, just kind of standing right here.
For once, no anxiety.
Koshi,
Don't know what that's like.
Koshi seeing
Right.
this is able to use their ability to easily break that circle, in which case, Ariadne, you're still zoned out, but you do effectively break the curse, Koshi.
Awesome.
Cool. So she's
yeah,
still zoned
Nia,
out,
you-
but there's no curse.
Yeah,
You alright?
you're still zony.
I'm perfectly fine. Peachy
Uh,
even.
Well, thank you for doing that, Koshi. I think she will be alright, but,
Lyronus reaches over and actually kind of like shakes her shoulder a little bit. Are you sure you're okay? And
Absolutely fine.
I will say
Not a care
after
in the world.
I will say that after the shaking, you kind of snap out of it, like this realization of, wait, I should be scared. This shit's scary.
your anxiety came back.
Oh, why? No!
Like I can even see that thing, like, oh yeah, what?
Rip. Wait, I want to go back to my happy place.
Like, wait, no, like actually touches the circle again. Come on.
She's tempted. She's so tempted, but then it's like, no, not the time. I kind of need my anxiety to work right now.
But you have, in fact, broken the curse on the cabinet. Do you want to open it?
Sure.
Koshi, since you're the one who
Yeah.
broke it and you're right there.
Oh yes, Koshi will be more than happy to open this cabinet.
Whoa! Jackpot! You find a whole stockpile of bottles containing various liquids, which you suspect to be potions, a copper medallion engraved with arcane runes on a silver chain, one that you recognize as fitting the description of one of the items that Leander has actually requested that you track down for her, a seemingly empty bag next to a full lumpy one. And roll, if you would like to anyway, feel free to roll Arcana.
Okay.
And anyone looking at it can also roll Arcana.
Jesus.
Well,
Koshi sees profit. That's what they see.
yes. Okay, everyone but
We say
Koshi.
potions.
Well, the potions, those would be... I didn't even write down what all of them were. I think that at least 2 or 3 of them were actually just literally healing potions, like minor ones.
Oh, useful.
Some of them are fairly unidentifiable, but the bag, the seemingly empty bag, next to the full lumpy one, that's a bag of holding.
Koshi's having the bag of holding.
Oh, go for it, boy.
Do you
You're gonna
look-
hold. I mean, they, them,
Yeah,
bird.
Koshi has the bag of holding, then proceeds to put everything else in the bag of holding.
The bag of holding was also one of the other items that Leandra had requested returned to her.
Ah, shit. But yeah, they will do so anyway.
Haelum will remind them of that.
Yeah, well, basically, the way Koshi sees it, like, if everything's in the bag of holding, it will be less for them to carry.
Right.
That's true.
So
put it in there and then take it out before we leave.
And even put like the other, like the earrings and the talisman in there, maybe.
Not a bad idea.
And maybe even the other copper medallion, the one engraved with the arcane runes.
Yeah. Sure. So, go ahead and assume that everything else we need to give to them is in the bag of holding, and I'll remove it from my stuff.
Cool.
So bag of holding with quest items.
Yep. So far.
Gotcha.
But when you open up the bag, by the way, to start putting things in there, you actually find 2 potions of a blue liquid with a green luster.
Ooh. And was this one of the things I was asked for?
This was not explicitly mentioned as something that was being asked of.
In that case, Koshi will have those potions.
Okay.
I think I want to actually roll Arcana to see if Koshi recognizes what they are.
Sure, anyone can.
Alright, that's Arcana.
Well,
Lyronus has no idea.
As a potion maker, Koshi just knows automatically, I guess.
I guess in this case...
You know what the legitimate ones look like.
Let me see. Ariadne, unfortunately, you're not able to identify this. Koshi, obviously. And Haelum, you are also able to identify this.
I didn't roll.
Oh, you did? Oh, that was for the other one. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not even worth it to roll at this point. Just go ahead and give it to Koshi.
All right, Koshi. These 2 potions are potions of mana restoration. And effectively, like, the technical side of it is you regain 1d4 levels of spell slots on consumption. Basically, it restores your mana, it restores your ability to, like, extends your ability to cast more spells. And you know that. You know that this is one of those, like, you know, if you've spent a lot of magical energy, this will help bring that back. Yes?
So, realizing that Koshi probably can't make too much personal use out of the mana restoration stuff, they take a moment, let out, I guess, the Kenku equivalent of a sigh, and hands one to Ariadne and one to Haelum.
Aww.
While, you know, conveying that these are, in fact, mana restoration potions via quote.
Okay.
I could even hear, like, I could see it being like this. The reason why Koshi remembers is because there was someone who was making a deal around them at some point, talking about them and like describing it, like, so even this is literally the voice that just comes out of Koshi.
Yeah.
A potion of mana restoration. That should make it much easier for any spellcaster to extend their spellcasting ability.
Yeah, because basically the way Koshi sees it, they're not going to be able to get much personal use out of these potions, so might as well hand them to the people who can actually do magic.
That works fine. On the next shelf down, you find a book labeled The Herbalist's Diary, and a small leather kit, and a small blue orb that seems to swish within its own glassy prison. Would you like to roll Arcana? Like, the leather kit, if you were to open it, it looks like medical supplies, basically. But the Herbalist Diary basically has a lot of specific details about herbs. I would have to actually double check what these... this is one of those items that I got from... what was that? Where I marked it. I even fucking wrote it. It says 6-1... Where is that? I have interesting... Okay, there we are. And the Herbalist's Diary. A lot of... I'm trying to pull from so many things. I noted where it was, and so that I could look it up, and then I'm like, wait, that means I have to actually look it up now. This item is a time-worn book. The cover is a soft leather, and the thick pages are somewhat yellowed. The book contains various formulas formulae, come on. For crafting items using the herbalism kit, there are 1d6 formulae in any herbalist's diary at its creation, but as the book is handed down from master to student, more formulae can be added to the book. Despite the thin appearance of the book always contains exactly enough pages to hold all of the formulae that get written into it. So, at the moment, I'll actually have to roll, because this is also an older one that also has more than just the 1d6 that are currently in there, but I don't have the specific details on that just yet.
Yeah.
So, does anyone want to roll Arcana for the blue orb?
I will.
Let's freaking
Oh.
do it.
Fucking Christ, Lyronus, thanks! If no one else, Lyronus will probably have it.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, fortunately he got it. He looks at that orb, and, like, I could even see if, does anyone actually reach out towards it?
Koshi does.
No.
He stops Koshi. And he says, wait, again, this is one of the stop touching things. No. It's like, he says, that's an orb of gullibility. And he explains, any creature who comes into contact with it for more than, say, 2 minutes at a time, and basically it's must roll a wisdom save or become charmed by the orb. But basically, you will have an enchantment cast on you by it. Oh goodness, yeah.
Damn.
All right, and I see what you're saying there. All right, we'll get to that. Basically, while in this state, while charmed by this, anything that that's told to them becomes the truth to them for, a period of time after that. It varies sometimes depending on how much power the orb is currently imbued with. For example, you can't make someone do something that they wouldn't actually do, but, and he gives this as an example, you could tell them all elves love shooting children with arrows, and they'll believe that, just automatically believe that. And they might act on that based on what they believe. But, probably suggesting, perhaps we should put that in the bag of holding for now.
Koshi looks between Lyronus and the orb for a second, then reaches down, rips off a bit of cloth from near the bottom of their general outfit, wraps up the orb in the cloth, and puts it away in their inventory.
In their own inventory?
Yes, after all, if this is what Lyronus describes it to be, a magical item that can make people gullible, don't you think a con man would find that valuable?
Yeah, Orb of Gullibility makes sense why Koshi wanted to touch it then. Well,
Yep.
wanted to take it. So, here's the thing. We've definitely gone quite a bit longer than we usually do. I was intending to try and get this to a certain point. We're just about there anyway, and honestly, this leads pretty well as a cliffhanger into what we're going to be doing, because I do think it's about time to call it for tonight.
Yeah.
All things considered, this has been fun, and I admit getting a little bit caught up with the time too. But here, from where you are, let's see, because you're right up against the wall here, but you can hear this fairly muffled. But that room that you heard, or that room that you tried to get into but was locked at the time, you hear something like loud, angry shouting coming from that room, followed by a loud crash and the sound of papers fluttering and spilling. At least as best as you can. It's very, very faint at this kind of distance. But you do recognize the voice. It's Davies.
Oof.
And that is where we will, in fact, call it for tonight.
I mean, did we want to decide who gets the medkit or book before that, or?
No! Okay, sure.
Because I'll leave that to you guys to,
I
potentially
was gonna say we could just put it in the bag of holding first and then divvy it up later.
I feel like that could even be the thing, like they're looking that over, and just as Koshi is tucking the orb, into their own inventory, they hear the loud noise, so in terms of actually being able to divvy it up, it's like, we'll deal with that later, let's go, kind of thing.
That's fair.
So so you hear the shouting from Davies, and then the loud crash, and that's it for tonight.
Yee.
Cool. So, how you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm liking where this is going so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very curious.
We are very much. I know this for sure. I've been kind of hinting at it, thinking, oh, we're so close to it. It'll be next session. It'll be next session. It definitely will be next session that Vermouth, this arc, comes to a close.
Yeah.
So, what a cliffhanger. Yeah, I'm very pleased, and we got to a really good point for this too. You guys are about to get you guys are about to enter basically literally the last bit of this. I'm really excited for that, especially for the things that come next and what comes in this room that you guys couldn't get into. This leads really well, and I'm really excited. And I admittedly don't have even much that I have to write. I have plenty to do, but like I've known how this concludes since pretty much the beginning. So, I mean, it's always a good idea to know how your story's supposed to come, supposed to turn out.
Oh yeah.
But or at least have an idea of where it's supposed to be going, at least to some extent. Rather, to know what villain you're going to be facing. That's probably what I should have said. Anyway.
Man.
But we covered a lot of ground and learned quite a few things, and you guys have continued to change how things turn out here, and I'm actually I'm really, really happy about that. Like what you did with Danforth outside, for example, you're going to see some interesting consequences for that. Some interesting consequences. Or maybe they're good things. I don't know.
Man.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for the nice art. And it's also, Gab did the full party there in the background. So, that's the party in total. That's what they look like. Most of the time, in fact. This literally captures their personalities to a fucking T.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's going to be maybe another couple of weeks. Usually it's every other week that we do these streams. We're actually going to have to see, depending on what may be coming up in the next couple of weeks, there may be, barring health issues or something else coming up. The plan is for 2 weeks, but I'll obviously notify over on Twitter and through Discords and stuff like that whether or not that's actually going to be happening. Either way, it's going to be every other Sunday. Mapping out things in my brain. Every other Sunday starting at the 4:30 p.m. Central. I know that's 2:30 out where I am. For the other people in this group, actually. Everyone else.
Everyone else.
But, I'm looking forward to getting back to the finale for this, obviously. So, here's the thing. There is going to definitely be a vote this time over on Patreon, and I'm going to have to come up with... There might even be more than one, to be quite fucking honest, because you guys are coming into this finale. So if you're not currently a patron over on Patreon, the link is usually in the description, of pretty much every video on either my distinct channel, the Loreley channel, or this one. If you become a patron, even just for $1 a month, you actually will get the opportunity to vote on things like gifts that the party might receive, or obstacles that they have to overcome, or something like a background piece of information, or, for example, one of the books that Lyronus was able to discover tonight, literally a plot hook that ended up getting voted on by patrons. So that's going to actually literally become a quest as a result of people voting through Patreon. So,
heck yeah.
You guys get to have special bonuses just for that. Obviously, on the personal side, it helps me out a lot to have, any kind of support go into this. It makes it a lot easier. Hello. I guess welcome to the end. DeSalgnus. Anyway, but yes, you can always do that. You can also go to like the coffee.com/mloreley if you want to do like a one-time tip donation kind of thing. But that's all the, if you want to support this, if you like what we're doing, if you enjoy the fun that we're having over here, those are various ways that you can actually help out. There's also the standard like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all of those things. They also help out the channels that you watch. Helps tell YouTube, which is notoriously good at burying people in their algorithm, so much more than actually promoting them.
Yeah.
It can make a huge difference to any of your favorite YouTube creators, and I hope that I'm one of them. But I am that's all of the requisite, as they call it, calls to actions. That said, feel free to tune into this channel just in general for some upcoming content. I know that there's a song cover that's actually going to be coming out very, very, very soon. And well, any other final thoughts from you guys tonight over here in call?
Thanks for coming to stream.
Koshi's fucking blind.
No thoughts, head empty.
That's fair. That's Lyronus most of the time, let's be real.
You're not wrong.
All of you out there in YouTube land, thank you for coming by to watch today. I've been happy to see you guys chatting as we've been going. I really appreciate seeing that. Comments always, like, I love reading comments. I really legitimately do. So thank you guys for coming by out today. Thank you guys in call with me for playing with me today.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
And I hope to see you guys in either 2 weeks or possibly 4 weeks, depending on how things go in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, have a good night, everyone.
Bye,
Take care.
Hasta la vista.